Hey guys, flow. Lima Major Lima. Lima.
And when they played Geekslate in the group stage, they actually dropped the map. So maybe SCA can be the region that's strong against Liquid. They thought EG were the European players, but it might be SCA.
I think that with them picking Talon over EG, it's just that it's a little bit of the same concept, and both teams have a very high ceiling. And I recall that Liquid themselves said that the choice wasn't easy. Like, there was not really a good choice anyway for whoever they would go up against. But it's more so that I think Liquid could be a very good, like, Talon is a good matchup for them, honestly, because we've already touched up on the tri-core strategies that sometimes Talon like to run, and I think the best way to exploit any kind of tri-core strategy is and has always been lane dominance, right? You beat them in lanes and then they just have nowhere to farm with their 3 cores. They need someone to do something. So Liquid are one of the fastest and most aggressive teams in this tournament, and potentially they probably thought that they could play into the style and do better than maybe EG's potentially explosive ceiling during LAN.
Yeah, and their opponents will indeed be Talon Esports, who are on a glow-up, absolutely. And I'm curious who's going to expose who. Oh, round of applause.
Where did the talent go?
Where did the...
They were being the audience.
They're going to be here. They're walking down.
High fives.
Surely.
There we go.
Yeah.
23 Savage cheesing. I think that's their manager. I don't know if that counts.
They got the Spanish talent over there.
They got the Spanish talent.
Easy.
Good job.
Oh my god.
It's quite late here. Just it's a 4 BO3 day, but also it's rare that we have 6 days in an arena, so you got to take the good with the bad. And right
only
now,
the C people are watching right now. The Europe.
Good Dota, which I'm sure
I think some parts of Russian
You're
people
gonna
are
find
watching.
it here, okay? This is gonna be a
Promise?
I promise you.
Fun.
Banger of a series right now. Look at that, man. Could you? Would he give you bad Dota? I don't think so.
A couple of first few weeks in the DPC he did, but ever since then he's been on my good side.
I think he's definitely been owning.
Okay.
I'll also say that I got a chance to talk with that guy right there, 23 Savage, last night, and talk to him a little bit about the fact that this is the last C team that's here, and it was something that they'd kind of talked about. They're trying to carry the torch a little bit here for their entire region, see if they can get that much further, and it sort of always adds that other element. Liquid, very much not the only European team here. There's
very much not.
There's a couple more of them that are still around. But yeah, definitely maybe a little bit more pressure, something to keep in their back of their minds as well.
Yeah, especially because I have to expect that at a certain point, Valve is going to reevaluate how many slots are given to each region. Estini, I can already feel your eyes lighting up off in the distance. Southeast Asia lost 2/3 of their teams here. North America only lost 50%.
Yeah.
So by extension of that, I feel like a slot reallocation may be on the agenda. Then again, South America, still very much in the tournament. Regions that you have soft spots for. If you had to choose, let's say you weren't playing or coaching either one, just looking at the quality of the Dota, North America or South America, which one would you give a third slot to?
I would give to Americas, because then you have the third place SA play the third place NA.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's an interesting idea.
Yeah, and you don't even need to go on LAN to play that, because the ping is okay-ish that you play in between regions, so...
That's an intriguing idea.
This guy's smart.
America's slot.
I mean, that's what the region used to be, and South America was never able to go to a LAN because North America consistently took the America's slot. But tides are changing, it seems. Now the regions are much more competitive, as we've seen, because South America has more teams in this tournament. But it does kind of concern me for the future of Southeast Asian Dota. Geekslate was on the cusp, Effie, of being able to qualify, went up against Hellraisers, and... was it questionable drafts, or was Hellraisers just better?
I think Hellraisers just kind of had a Cinderella story during the group stages, because nobody expected much out of them. But they found their footing, and they have a seasoned player in Yuragi, so it is disappointing that Geekslate didn't make it through, but I think the general consensus
that is Whitemon, right?
regarding that team was that
That is white one.
They play incredibly well during the mid game and the late game, but like other SEA teams, I feel
I
like
don't
there's a
like
little bit
more
of a
slots,
struggle with
slots
the
and
drafts
shit.
in the early game.
Oh my god.
So it just didn't work out for them, unfortunately. But I do think Talon is on another
White
level.
one
just
is in
as a
which team
team
right
and the
now?
way that they've been playing. I think that this team could potentially surprise everybody in this entire tournament. I think that they have a lot of ideas that we still haven't seen, even despite seeing so much during the group stages. And
He's in some Aryan
banning
team,
against
I
them is
think.
going to be pretty interesting, I think, because they're the only team that people would first phase ban
Yeah, he's in
TA
TSM.
and Tusk against.
True. He
Everyone's so
actually came to
concerned
watch
with
this
these
game,
Nature's
wow.
Prophets,
He
these
got chairman.
Undyings, these
There's
Enigmas, these
nobody in the
Rubiks,
crowd
these
right
Lunas,
now.
these Brutes.
Everyone's
Suddenly
gone
you're
to
playing
sleep.
against Talon and you're considering, like, am I going to ban this Jabs Batrider? What about this 23 TA? And this Tusk that they flex between 4 roles, that could confuse a lot of teams here, because I think they prepped for the meta, and the prep for the individual teams kind of happens around now. So, oh, who knows? Who knows, Talon?
Yeah,
Let's
I mean,
see.
on the topic of breadth of heroes to pick, Lyrical, how many Liquid games were you able to cover during your group stage casts?
Not a whole ton of them, but I feel like I know the team pretty well just from Western DPC and
Sure.
watching those. I would say that I think that, Effie, you're really right about that Talon is one of those teams that, like, presents a lot of challenges for other squads. I think Liquid are going to give them a lot of those options, though, because I think this is one of the few teams that actually is going to say, give us your best shot, and we're going to do our type of Dota, you're going to do your type of Dota. And that's why I'm excited to see them, because I think that both of these teams are coming in with a lot of confidence.
You know, we're seeing, even towards the end of the group stage, Liquid were setting the blueprint. They were saying, this is how we're beating Lina, this is how we're beating Broodmother, and teams have been taking notes from that. But at the same time, Estini, Liquid's out here memeing against Aster, Arc Warden picks, Carry Venge picks.
Okay, man.
We talk about the topic of ceilings. Where is Liquid's ceiling? Are we even close to it yet? They're this good, and they might even be much, much better.
Yeah, they don't lose lanes. That's the thing. You look at the entire tournament, they didn't lose a single lane. The most you can get is to tie a lane with them. So feels like they can make so many different drafts work just because they're so good at laning. And I really don't know what's this laning technique that they have the other teams don't have. They're just better.
Yeah, I mean, Blitz said in a DPC interview, he honestly said it this way, I have the 5 best players in the world. I don't know. That's what I think.
And you'd be hard-pressed to argue. I think once upon a time, people would make an argument against Boxy, but as of TI-11, I don't think I've seen a player with as much of a glow-up as him. He's ascended to the upper echelon of 4 positions, which for a player who has to swap roles and become this comfortable this quickly is insane to see.
He definitely had a glow up. I mean, he had some of the most impressive performances out of any position 4 in any region this DPC. He was, for me personally, and maybe I'm biased as a support player, but he was the standout on Liquid during the last tour, because I felt like he was the playmaker. He was roaming on heroes that some people thought couldn't
so
be roamed.
dedicated to the
And it felt like he was always everywhere, right place,
No
right
crowd,
time.
equal to
So
no
something for
pressure.
him clicked. I mean, I heard he's a grinder. I heard he pubs till like 6 in the morning. I heard that he learned how to shot call up more confidently. And honestly, I think everyone on Liquid has generally improved. I feel like Nisha, which is like obviously Nisha, he needs no introduction,
Well, perhaps I
right?
should. Perhaps he might need an introduction, because
Gaming
players who have
shares
not
so
watched
suck.
since TI are like, wait,
He
what the
had a
hell is
glow up,
Nisha
what is
doing
it,
here?
30
We all know
years
Matumba
old?
Man died at the end of TI-11.
Oh, no.
I know, condolences. I hope we hear from him from the afterlife one day. But Team Secret made it to grand finals with Nisha. And if you haven't been tuning in, you're like, oh, where's Team Secret at this event? They are not at this event, nor will they be at the next event, because
is the guy
after
that-
losing this guy right here, they proceeded to go to Division 2 in the Western European DPC.
I would also just like to say that it's not just seen like how powerful he was for Secret, but on this team, we're talking about these glow-ups that all these players are having. the best players in the world make everybody else around them better as well.
Yep.
And they, sort of instill a sense of confidence, I feel like. I can well imagine that for some of these players, there's sort of in the back of their head, he's taking care of mid, he's taking care of business. We don't have to worry about that. We're just going to play our type of game. And that, I think that type of confidence, not that they didn't have it before with Matumba Man, but it's just a next level.
I love that Lyrical said that, honestly, because that is so true. I feel like Nisha is one of those players. He has a passive aura, like plus 50 skill to everyone on his team.
He's a lunar blessing.
Yeah. So everyone around him suddenly becomes so good, and then once he leaves the team, like what happened in Secret, suddenly everybody's minus 50 on the skill, on their skill points, But no, it's because if you're playing with somebody who is that lauded and that good and that widely regarded as the best player in the world, most likely, it makes you want to improve, right? You have this player on your team, you're learning from him, you want to do better for him, and he's enabling you. And I want to highlight that Mike, I think, also has been performing at the top of his game. Like, Mike right now looks like an S-tier carry, potentially the best carry in this entire tournament, and I think that he's being enabled by Nisha in a way that he's never been enabled before. He's never had a player open up the map for him so much where he can just focus on his own game and not correcting lanes like potentially he had to do in the last year.
Yeah, I'm really excited to watch this game. This, I love
20% of the team, we
this.
lost 1/50 of players. And I would talk to people and they'd be like, no, they lost 80% of the team.
No.
Nisha is just that much of an influence, that he's that much of a force to bring the rest of his players up, which I'm sure is quite intimidating for Talon, because Southeast Asia does not get many chances to play against European opponents. The scrim distance is quite a bit, and the regional tournaments, you'll usually have some Chinese opponents pop in, but rarely will Western Europe make the venture. And I actually should look into how Talon performed against other Western European opponents, because I'll do that.
I think the other thing to mention about them is, like, as much as we are praising Liquid and all the rest of it, I think for Talon, this is a team that's not going to balk under pressure. I think they're coming in probably wanting to sort of take on this challenge. And
this guy looks like
in,
man.
First teams
This
to
guy
take
looks like in.
a full series off of them. Because I think you don't get into upper bracket thinking that you're not
Savage.
good. Every Dota player is an egotistical, crazy person. Like, there's no doubt about it.
I'm the most humble person who ever existed. But continue.
And like, if you're one of the best players in the world, there's no way you're coming in like completely scared of this other team. I don't think so. I'm really excited for the series. I think the draft is going to be one of the more exciting moments of it too, and seeing how they each try and sort of deal with their respective play styles.
Yeah, what I am concerned about, though, is I feel like these players have been up all day, and they've been itching to play Dota, and they might be tired right now. So I'm telling you, the team with more grinders, the team has players used to play until 5 a.m., 6 a.m., probably the only team that wins here, don't you think, Christine?
Yeah, it's almost time of the boxy pubs at 6 a.m., right?
That's right. This is his witching hour. He's ready to go.
He can play the full best of 3 and go directly to play.
What would you prefer your players to do if you had to play this late? Would you prefer them to do scrims as a team when you have an official coming up, or would you prefer them to pub?
We always play one best of 1 screen before officials.
Okay.
But that's online. I don't know how it would be on a LAN tournament, because like you need to play from the hotel and then come here.
Yeah.
So that means you would play something like let's say you play 2 p.m. in the hotel and then you play 5 p.m. in the arena.
Right.
So it's kind of weird. I just let the players do whatever they want. Also, because the warm-up idea is that you don't show up sleepy on the tournaments or in screens. But if it's a LAN tournament, I'm pretty sure they're all feeling the hype. Although it's like midnight, they're still going to be feeling the hype. Listen to this crowd, man.
Dude, I'm deafening. I can't control it right now.
I love you, Nisha.
I'm going to be yelling as we did it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not. My voice already is shot, man. I'm going to get destroyed there.
Pace yourself, Lyrical. It's a long event.
Exactly.
We're just getting through the upper bracket right now, which if loser of this team will go on to face Hellraisers in the lower bracket, which if SEA seems to fall to Eastern Europe, because Geekslate lost against Hellraisers in the tiebreaker to make it to the lower bracket, I think Talon would definitely be sweating. And I feel like Liquid is the kind of team that can expose a lot of faults in your game.
Right.
Obviously, they are good enough to get away with whatever they want, but they can do it by the ease of showing like, oh, I mean, we're saying it time and time again, SEA kind of struggles in laning phase. And if you can show the cracks that heavily that these are the heroes that especially exploit it, then all of a sudden, that team that goes to lower bracket looks that much more vulnerable.
Wait, what are they talking?
For sure.
I think they are talking
something interesting to note, though, is SAE teams, they do struggle with laning phase, but I think that in Talon's case, it's just because a lot of their drafts tend to be greedier and not because they aren't good at laning. Because sometimes I see them pick these aggressive lanes and they completely destroy, right? Especially if
The
there's
last
something like
series
a
took
Jab
4 hours.
Soldier's Prophet.
Mhm.
That could
That is
definitely
RTS.
change the way we think about
They
how the
played a
early game is
3-game
going to look like.
series.
So we can't
And
have
the
that
breaks
be
were like
the cutoff
20
entirely.
minutes, so it
But
took 4
I think
hours.
that's something that Talon have going
And
for them.
RTZ
that
showed
Liquid
up
don't.
last series.
That Liquid
Like
have spent
the Requiem won the
entire
Lina
DBC Tour
2
1
times in a
completely
row.
destroying everybody.
One time
Go into
shielding the
group
Aegis
stages,
and the other time
destroy everybody. You know,
or
they
right on
win
top
the
of
early
Lina
game,
with
therefore
the
they win the
Requiem,
mid game,
won
and
them
that's
the
kind
fight.
of it, right? Like they haven't really gone to the late game, whereas Talon, as our C representative,
Southeast Asia,
Of
late
course.
game.
yes, the mid game to late game of Southeast Asian teams is incomparable. I think Talon have much more experience in those kinds of scenarios than Liquid do. So, honestly, they might have the edge if the games go for longer. You really never know.
Yeah.
Just make it last 1
See
hour.
Dota, see
There you
Dota.
Yes,
go.
never
please.
ends.
There you
The
go.
crowd would love it.
Pick
Wee.
Zeus, Bounty Hunter, you pick a Bad Predator so you can lasso, you pick a Magnus so you skewer back, you pick a Tusk and you're gonna be kicking them into your fountain. You're gonna last 1 hour.
Yeah, and then the series ends, and we can start Aster versus Tundra Esports a mere 2 hours later, probably.
That's perfect.
I
Sounds
can't
great.
wait. So
I-
convenient.
I will say
Are
that,
you
like, I
serious?
think the other thing is a lot of people they used to think of Liquid as that late game team because they're remembering the
Where
old
is the
version
next
of
game?
it. But it's really true that like this team hasn't had that much
After
experience
this game,
with it with
I
this
think
iteration.
next game is very
and,
soon.
you know, maybe the
Is
old
it?
muscles flex back up again. And actually, if I remember right, they kind of threw a lot.
Okay,
of
so
those
the
other
next
games
game is
super
11
well.
hours
Oh,
after
yeah,
this
definitely.
series,
Maybe that's not
which
the
is
best.
Aster versus
Well,
Tundra.
both these, this old Liquid just immensely struggled to close games. They would
Right.
do well, and they
Okay.
just could not cross the finish line. But it is interesting that oftentimes teams that are favorites, that do well, don't get tested. And whenever
Right.
they get tested on land, the question is how fast can you adapt? And so many times in TIs and many other high-stakes tournaments, you'll see teams that get exposed in one series and then they just fall to pieces,
Right.
which is terrifying, but it's a reality of being a competitor that if you're not really getting challenged, then half the job is knowing
Yeah,
what to do
no
when
one
things
stayed
go
for
wrong.
final series. No?
Not just knowing what to do
Like,
when things
there's
go
no
right.
crowd in the final series.
Oh, totally.
Literally,
I also
even
think
God
that,
went
like,
to sleep.
we talked a little bit about like how things are going to be, you know, maybe a little bit more tired for some of these players, that type of dynamic. That's sort of where the chaos reigns,
Oh, I
you
love
know?
it.
And the question is, when chaos is raining down, first of all, are you drafting more for that? Where you can sort of take heroes that are easier to execute? Are you taking heroes that can punish mistakes more? And then also in the midst of it, how many mistakes are each of these teams making and how used to it are they?
I'd like to think that all Dota players at this level were raised in the streets of degenerate pub Dota.
Yes.
So going off of that, they should be able to still play at the same level, even though it's this late. But I do think that especially if you kind of set a routine for a LAN tournament, right? You have a time that you wake up every day,
Right.
times that you scrim, times that you go to
Another
bed because it just
technical
helps you
issue
play
of the
better.
talk, another
So
technical issue of the
disrupting
talk.
that rhythm
India
could
tech
actually
support
have an impact,
answering
because
phone.
it's not like, oh, okay, I'm at
Start
home
the game once, I
playing
will go
pubs.
to sleep and
So I
you
do
lose
wonder if
one
we're
in
going to
the
see
last warning.
the results of
Don't
that.
copy
I
paste,
hope that we
please.
don't. I feel like these teams have been in these kinds of situations before. Just being professional
Players
Dota
are
players,
well
things like this
accustomed
happen.
to play
Yeah,
fast
I'm
and,
hoping this is the sloppiest
box
series
the cell
ever.
phone
I mean, me too.
close
So
to
I'm curious though, what's the what's the
Yeah.
D-Gen heroes though? Because
That's what I'm scrolling through right now. Because
I'm-
you were saying I want the Chaos heroes.
right, like what are the heroes if you know the game might end up turning a little sloppy that you guys love playing? If it's like
I'll
you've
fall
played
asleep
12
soon,
pubs in a
be
row,
soon,
you need to
just
go
in
in, you need to just like get that one more game
10
in.
hours
What's
stream,
the
let's
hero
go.
you go for when your brain is melting?
with
Okay,
normal
I wouldn't
letters.
personally advocate
Let's
for this,
go to that
but
duel
you should
of
ran the
balls.
Arc Warden.
Oh,
Big audience.
And Arc Warden's a delightful game to watch in the
Let's
delightful
play
hero to
turbo
watch
mode
in the
instead,
late game.
geez.
If I'm not playing
Yeah,
in the
geez,
game, if I'm
D10.
spectating it, it's very, very exciting.
Start the game once, I will go.
That's a brain melting
Then copy
hero.
paste.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I
my
think
God,
when you're
stop.
tired
That
and you
train
play
is
12
starting.
pubs in
Okay,
a row.
I see you. Yeah.
Yep,
One
yep.
hour, 34
When you're
minutes.
tired and you played 12 pubs in a row, I think you just go for here's your you know very well and you're comfortable playing, because it kind of becomes muscle memory. It becomes mechanic. That's kind of important if you're talking about exhaustion levels. You don't want to play something that requires you to actively think differently than you usually do, because then you're gonna make things harder on yourself.
Okay.
So.
Is there any hero dumber than Lina right now? That seems the most
No.
brain dead.
No.
Okay.
Ricky, maybe. I think Ricky's pretty dumb.
Ricky's pretty dumb.
It's a dumb hero.
That's a face roll hero. Just put your mouth on the keyboard. You're gonna sleep dart somebody.
So that's another question too. What about the one that I think about is Broodmother? Because that feels like
you
a
need
hard
brain power for that one.
But you do. But also you're talking about like muscle memory. I think for some of these Brood players,
that's true.
Nobody lets Brood through.
Yeah, I know that's a problem.
That's
someone
a highly
today?
contested hero.
Yeah, that's true. I would be surprised if it gets let through any of these games.
Did you guys know that hero is banned 99.34% of the time in group stages?
But do you know the one game that it was let through? It was only let through in one game. Ignored in one game.
In group stages?
Yeah, in group
I
stage.
actually think I was played 4 times in group stages.
Oh, it's 4 times.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay. I only know the one
But
example.
Entity did play versus it, and they
Oh,
won.
they
And
did?
then they let it through today, and they won. Maybe some
Hmm.
more teams should be brave. I don't know. That could be famous last words.
Is
What do you
Brood so
think, Steve?
broken right now?
What I see, if
they
they
are
let
banning so
Brood
much?
through, is because they let Lina through also. It's
Yeah.
like you're baiting into having the 2 heroes in the pool, and you're gonna get
trading.
1. So that's what EG did. So they had Brood for themselves. and
What
the
is
meeting
a
had Lina.
bandit?
Didn't work that well. But I think it's fine. Like, to let Lina,
Percent
then you have
pickets
Brood,
and percent bandit.
but not like let
Oh,
Brood
everyone
have
is
Lina.
playing Brood,
Although they
Mataman.
won with Lina.
Right.
It's too risky. I don't want to play against Brood if I'm Lina.
I
No way.
only want to see Lina if you get NP. Like that's it. That's the only time I'm down for
Yeah.
it. And like ideally tree with him too, because that's the only way that I've seen Lina look like pretty anemic and bad.
Yeah, that's a pretty good response to Lina. I think that's the opening that Liquid did versus it that kind of made everybody do it.
Hey,
and
what
made them
happened to those
consider
guys?
Those heroes. I think generally, though, Lina is still the
Hello.
strongest hero to look at this patch. She just does too much, too well, all the time, consistently. It takes a lot of effort to beat this hero.
And she's dumb.
She's very dumb.
At least if it's if it's top tier hero, at least have to put some effort into it. You know, like when Morphling is good, I'm kind of okay with it. I'm like, okay, you kind of have to be good at the game. Lina, not the case. And in fact, Talon are so angry that Lina has not been patched out. They have decided to leave the premises.
See, I was gonna say that there's like Lina's such a brain dead hero. You don't even need to be sitting
That's
in your
true,
chair.
exactly.
You don't need to be in your chair to win.
But they will need to be in the chairs to play, and so perhaps we will go to a quick break while we find them, see where they ran off to, and we will return in just a moment.
Fuck. Oh, the major is delayed. Major is actually delayed. Holy shit. Soon, 22 days. Oh my god, the major is delayed, man. I don't know. See people is fine because it's their time right now. It's the morning time, so see people are very happy. But the other guys are not gonna enjoy. I swear. See people is like their time right now. They can play. But liquid, it's their sleeping time. So I don't know how they are doing. This major is gonna take a while. Okay, let's just check out the cool places in Goa. No? Okay, let's just roam Cambodia, man. Cambodian maps. Because the major is taking quite some time. And this. Where's the Google map, man? What happened to the Google Maps? Okay, this is the main road. Yeah, this is okay. This is the main road. From here, you actually go
to the draft panel here.
Okay, the game has started.
Series of the evening, as we witness Talon Esports taking on Team Liquid in yet another upper bracket game that determines top 6.
The draft has started actually.
All important 200 DPC points.
Talon got Lina.
Liquid got the new guest on our draft panel, Fogged. Ayo. Good sir, what's happening? How you doing? Talk to me about
plus
Team
this
Liquid.
trade is really good against Lina because of the armor.
But for me, the thing that makes them so special is the way that they draft. Not only are they right now like 3rd, 4th in terms of widest hero pool, but they are 2nd in terms of hero diversity, which means that they pick a hero and they play it in a variety of different roles. It does a lot of different things. Talk to us about how they're able to accomplish that, and what do you think about their opener so far?
I think there's a team that just plays almost everything. Everybody's ready to kind of take a step back if they need to and just be more of that like supporting kind of condition in a lot of the games. But overall, like you said, I really like the way that they set up their drafts, and it's super flexible. So even when you're getting down to like the last couple picks, you're sometimes like, wait, where the hell is everybody going? And then they switch it up. It's like, oh, it's a tiny carry. Oh, it's a venge carry, stuff like that. So super flexible team, and not even just flexible with drafts, flexible with the way they take most of their battles inside of these games. They don't always have the same type of style of like, okay, we're just going to crush this game early. Sometimes it takes them a little bit more time. Sure, they do tend to crush early just because of how good they are, but they have just so much variety.
You have to adjust the camera.
Literally the best team fighters at the tournament so far, too.
Agreed. Well, slight disagreement with EG, but before today, slight disagreement, but today, agreed.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
On the other side, though, Winter, Talon Esports, your compatriots from back home. They've done this opener before. They're also the team right now with one of the lowest hero widths. I think they're 2nd at the moment in terms of like picking the same thing over and over and over and over again. We've seen this opener from them before. Do you like it? And what have you made of it so far coming into this game? And do you think it'll be effective against Team Liquid?
As long as they're not picking Elder Titan, I'm happy. I mean, the
+1 on that one.
Lina undying is pretty standard stuff, you know. I mean, I would say the Snapfire first phase ban is a bit unusual. Even if you want to pick Undying, I wouldn't say that you want to consider banning the hero. I feel like it might be a throwaway ban because they wanted to keep one of the OP heroes in the pool.
So because the delay is the same, right?
Like it's either Lina, Brood, MP, and I feel like they just throw away one of the bans to get one of the heroes.
Yeah, I totally agree. Right? Because like, sure, yeah, Shredder, Tombstone, blah blah blah. Undying is actually pretty okay in the lane.
I don't give a fuck.
You just decay him and hit him, and they probably have 2 strengths, and you're just chilling there. So yeah, it's like. Could be a bit of a wasted ban, but either way, strong opener. But Liquid, very flexible, very open, where this is going to kind of go.
Everybody's banning Broodmother, man. Why?
Broodmother love this combination. Tree and Protector plus Death.
Is it so strong?
If I'm personally honest, right, in the same vein that we see Undying almost every single game, I don't understand why we don't see this duo almost every single game.
I guess the Grievous time on that hero is very strong.
Tree and Protector and the Nature's Prophet together, but DP,
you literally try to kill him, he just runs away with all those things.
To keep in the fight. Keep going forever with the Spirit Siphon and the Ghost going everywhere.
This
just feels so strong. And it's kind of weird that when you go Overgrowth, it allows you to extend the range between yourself and the opponent. And you get to hit them without them being able to do anything against you.
I mean, 2 heroes that they fit perfect together because they synergize so well because of that.
Oh my god, everybody's copy-pasting the same thing now.
So no matter what, even once you get itemization, they have chances to always kill you if they get on top of you. So
for that ticket, you'll not be able to see the Liquid versus Talon. I hope those in charge will
what do we make of the bans here, Winter? We see that the TA Rubik has been removed right now by the side of Talon alongside the Slog. Is this
everybody's copy-pasting this shit, man.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, the Rubik could also be protect the Lina. You don't want the Rubik to get the stuns. It's very annoying.
Snap pick Tusk, no hesitation whatsoever. I mean, still flexible, can be mid. Likely it's probably going to be boxy, but you can't just write it off. So you said Liquid tend to do this with most of their drafts.
Nisha can go mid also with Tusk. I think mid Tusk is also good against Lina. Because you have a kill threat on Lina because Lina is so squishy, you can get on top of her and just kill her.
I felt like he had
it's very hard to time the snowball
where people are overpicking the hero, or when they pick the hero early, they are just really focused on keeping him as a core role, and they're not really flexing the hero. I feel like the value of the hero is there because he's also good as a support, even though he's better as a core. But whenever you draft or open a hero,
holy shit! Everybody's spamming that line.
It open. You wanna be able to stop him as a support.
Stop spamming, Monka! Stop spamming.
They got stuck in Toro.
They just stuck him in the core.
What is the timeout then on the chat?
This would not just be support or mid. This could be the off lane as well. Zai has played this hero.
Stop
so this makes life a little bit difficult.
30-second timeout actually.
The most important thing I think about this Tusk hero, Jonas, is that it has reach. You always need some way to be able to get on top of and actually do damage to her. Before this, they didn't have a quick way to do so, and now they at least have the Tusk to make that happen.
Is Naga coming? What's happening?
Lina.
I mean,
Mirana.
This media is complete shame. I hope wild extraction
is
Forte Sports is kicking out the people.
No, it wasn't that.
Oh, the chat was cleared by the moderator.
I think they did it twice. I think they won one of the games. The second one they got crushed. Okay. I mean, if this is the duo support, it's very awkward for you to really make moves around half of the map.
I would call
it's only emote mode now.
Because none of them can do something on their own.
Yeah. That's your new term? So it's what, this is the offlane Naga thing that they like, right?
You think it's an offlane Naga, but he buys carry items.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've seen them do this a couple of times. I'm not really a big fan of it, I gotta be real. It takes some time and then you're always reliant on your Naga going everywhere. And if you say he's building carry items, that's definitely not the way you want to be playing as your Naga. You're the ganker with the Mirana.
I mean, it is kind of like a flex pick for them because sometimes they put 23 on it, but I guess like with Lina,
they could still have Mikoto play Lina mid, right? I mean, I don't think they've done it so much, but there are teams that have ran it as a mid still.
Liquid didn't win with it.
Yeah.
To be fair, Liquid winning with everything.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Liquid is winning with everything.
I mean, if they do have the Naga off there and the leader.
I mean, they lost to Geekslate, man. I don't know how. I did not see the game.
Take up too much farm.
One more team they lost.
CK. Like the carry hero has to be like kind of like a support. Position.
Cannot take up too much of that map.
He has to play for the other two cores. And for Liquid right now, they're looking at this and they're going to come up with something to deal with the illusions. Because so far, the current 3 heroes they have don't really deal with the illusions.
What stands out to you as being potential options? We've normally seen so far in the tournament Zeus being the priority when it comes to
Well, let's see what they pick
Zeus
against
looks
Naga.
pretty good. They have pretty limited catch if they want to go down that route. It does lock them in their roles kind of completely, though, right? If they do pick Zeus, it's 90% chance going to have to be that mid if you want to counter
I'm
the
with
Naga.
Liquid
And
this
then
team.
Tusk is set in his place, DP's set in his place, so I don't know if Liquid's going to do that because it gives up too much.
Sniper!
yeah, they're just gonna
Oh,
sniper.
the long range
because the
counter
DP is
to
still, like,
Naga.
flexible in terms of the lanes. So
Sniper is
overall
like a
gives
very
them
good
more-
counter to Naga.
a
Once
lot
you get
more
the
ways to
shard,
counter
yeah,
than
Naga
the last
doesn't
pick.
do anything.
Sniper though.
And then you go Mjolnir,
Sniper,
he just
DP.
fucks the illusions very
A
hard.
lot of damage in the team fight. He has a lot of reach. He can kill the tombstone. He can outrange the Lina.
Yeah.
I really like the sniper pick. I think it's still a hero that's... I mean, you always want one of these, like these drows, these snipers, something like that to do
I
with
think
Lina.
Tusk
I
is
really
a
like it when
mid
you're
lane.
playing with these
Because
bruising
Tusk is
front line.
really good, yeah.
Yeah.
DP
In the
tree,
mid lane.
DP just
Because
so
Tusk just
much
punches that
tension.
Undying
The
in like
sniper ends
one
up just like,
shot.
wait, oh my god.
The
I'm just
latest
getting
stage of the game
hit.
because
He's getting
Undying
hit by
doesn't
this,
scale
so-
that good.
Yeah, Talon needs a gap closer for sure.
Yeah.
They need,
Like Tusk is dead with one punch
I mean,
in the late
kind
game.
of like a Monkey King hero or a Primal Beast.
They need something to start fights for them, right? Because I'm looking at, you mentioned that these supports are very heavy.
Yeah,
If
very
this is
heavy.
indeed the off-lane jabs, Naga Siren, that's also a fairly, let's say, non-standard fight starter, right? It's not
If they
necessarily
ban
gonna
the
go forward
Ember.
for you and make things happen in that particular
The thing
regard.
there's a
Chaos-
core
then
mid
they're
pick.
gonna
I
have
think
to go to
they are
Chaos
going
Knight,
Tusk
Monkey
mid.
King or some Night
My
Stalker
opinion.
carry. I mean, they
Because
did,
Tusk
they
is
did Night
really
Stalker
good,
carry
yeah.
before.
I don't like any of these options.
Tusk might be
gotta
bad
honest.
against
I mean, Monkey
Naga
King
in the
sounds like
sense
the
that
best out of all
Naga
of them, I
roots
guess,
is
at
very
least to
annoying.
me.
But if it manages
But-
to dodge that road,
It's also the
it's
hero that
fine.
Three Savages play
Otherwise-
most of, and it's
otherwise
just a
it
classic
just has a
22
free
hero.
game on
Yeah,
Tusk.
Monkey King looks pretty decent. It looks alright.
It looks like the most reasonable one here. It gives them a stun so you can set up for the arrow.
I always get worried though, because like let's say you get to this
But the
like,
lane is
Immortal
bad, though.
chat.
lane is bad, and then late game also, there's the potential of Tusk just getting Aghanims, and then you just boot it out of your Wukongs every fight if you do get to these points. I always just get worried when I see these.
How about they do the Naga carry and then pick a Centaur? Would that be actually something
do-
that makes more sense?
They do ban the Primal, so...
That seems to indicate to me that they're actually going to play this Naga Siren. No, not the
Like
Naga,
carry.
Naga off-lane and then...
No, I
Lina's
think
Naga
off-lane.
carry
it
probably.
actually might mean, yeah, it might mean they want to do it on carry because Primal is very good against Naga carry in the lane. And Liquid might want to pick an off-laner here. So I feel like that leans towards more the Naga being a carry.
like,
and they're going to
with
pick another
Liquid
off-laner.
Makes
And I
a
see
4
Centaur because
position,
Centaur's very
like
good against
Tusk is
Sniper.
okay, but I would like Tusk to
um,
go mid.
They definitely need a
but-
gap closer.
I think they need another
Pretty
4
decent
position.
against
Like,
this Death Prophet as well, just to make sure that you...
Yeah, they
are
banned
going
this
to split
Primal
at
Beast,
some
see?
point in the game.
Yeah.
Primal is also
Primal will
good.
commit.
Well, that
Can
is
get on
interesting.
top of
This
Lina.
is
Banned
the one who
themselves.
So
banned
they
it.
banned it. With Boxer Blaze 4
That's
positions.
old.
I
They
told you,
snapped
boys.
it.
I told you. It's going to be 23 Savage on Lina. He will hit heroes. I hate Void Spirit though. Fogged.
So they are
What's
playing
about this
offlane
hero?
Naga
What does it
again.
do for them in this particular game?
Mikado
It
is
gives them the
playing
reach. It gives
Void
them the
Spirit
jump to
and
get on top of
then
the sniper.
23
gives them
Savage is
information.
playing
There
this.
is some limited
Lina.
forms of lockdown for this hero too. If you look, like they have Snowball Punch, Silence, you have Root at some points, but it's very tough to get that.
Mike is
Void
playing
Spirit overall,
Sniper
bit of a
or
weaker
Nisha.
hero.
Nisha
He's
maybe.
gotten tons of nerfs.
In case if they want a better
it's
matchup,
definitely
they
not
will
bad.
put
That's what they
Sniper in the middle lane because Sniper just
But it
racks
just looks
this
weird. I mean, the Naga offlane,
Void
I'm going to have to be
Void
impressed. I mean,
Spirit.
Jabs,
So
of course,
I think
has had some of these
if
specials
they
that
want a
different
good
heroes,
matchup, they will put
but
that
like now
Sniper in the
Liquid gets
mid
so much
lane
time
with
to just
Nisha.
fully counterpick this.
They just swap
I mean,
the
that
lane
top
like
of the base
Mike
now
going
is
mid
very
this time and
greedy
Nisha going the
with,
safe
carry
lane.
and off lane Naga.
Oh yeah, see they got a
They
lane.
don't even need to really counterpick. They're just
Yeah.
going to get themselves a nice little hoodwink. So stronger lanes.
Okay. So we get ourselves a Hoodwink. How do we feel about this, Winter? I'm looking at this Hoodwink.
Yeah, I
Give
told
him
you,
a little bit
Mike.
more burst damage, which
Okay,
is kind of
I hope
lackluster
Mike is
on
going
beforehand.
mid because
We know
Mike
that this
just
hero combos
Mike
up
can just block
extremely
this
well with
Void
tree
Spirit.
attacks. Both of them just like scurrying through the trees, making a lot of vision plays happen for your squad. Bushwhack is kind of nice to just allow Mickey to stand more time just hitting heroes for a while. Does it fit the bill for you?
Yeah,
When you
okay,
look
Nisha
over
is
the
playing
squad right
mid,
now,
Tusk.
Who do you favor?
Never mind.
Who
Mickey
feels
is
a little
going
bit
bot.
stronger? Which actually has more synergy, which I know is one of your favorite things
Yeah.
about Dota drafts.
I kind of like Talon's heroes more. I'm not so sure about the last pick homing. But
Look at those
overall, I
emotions
feel
in the
like,
chat, man.
Even though
There's
mentioned a
Zaiji,
lot
there's
of, like,
Zaiji emote here.
Talon's
This is
weaknesses
Zaiji,
and
man.
Whatnot.
It's
and
Zaiji,
them being
Zaiji.
greedy, but I feel like they might be able to get away this game with.
Who
their
is
greed.
this? Wahio.
Okay. Mr. Fogg, what do you make of
Super
this team Liquid
Gisan,
draft? You look at it right
Gisan,
now.
Slipper.
Talon Esports seems to be a little bit more favored by Winter. Which way are you leaning?
Maybe
for game
Zaiji,
number one?
Zaiji.
I just think this Void Spirit has to play like on overdrive to make all the plays happen. happen because the supports are not. They're not independent. They need
Yeah.
to have the cores help them make the moves. So I feel like for Liquids, the two supports can constantly make moves, and they have a Tusk that's also going to be enabling to moving around. I mean, Liquids made all these drafts look amazing. I think Talon it's too greedy for me. I feel like every time I see teams do greed versus Liquid, the game ends at like 25 minutes. And I think Liquid has a draft that can do something like that with the Death Prophet.
Death Prophet has been one of those heroes. I love this duo, the Death Prophet with the Treant Protector, but I also like seeing experimental drafts, right? And Talon's draft seems very fun. And if there's one thing Talon Esports has done better than almost any other team so far at the tournament,
if this goes late game, I think Talon has the upper hand.
Extremely fun, extremely entertaining. It's always high octane type
because
of Dota. So I'm
late game they got Naga, they got Lina.
However,
they got Void Spirit also. Void Spirit also very good in the late game.
We're gonna instead
there's a silence and there are a lot of burst damage. You can get on top of Sniper very easily and kill him because Sniper is not a hero that wants to buy BKB. And he will buy BKB later on, but that Void Spirit is gonna
so much,
kill him.
Yeah, this is what Dota's all about. The crowd behind us going wild.
Yeah.
The Talon against Liquid.
Love.
Burning the midnight oil here. I mean, Lacoste, what are your thoughts on the draft?
They're having way too much fun. I also see jabs in the background, but I also see jabs in the boot, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Double jabs?
Yeah, jabception. Looking at both of these drafts, the crowd's too wild. You know, I thought we were going to have Ricky crowd, considering that, you know, people needed to go home. It's been pretty late. We're past midnight here. But, yeah, they're pretty nuts, and especially this guy with a beard in the background. I'm sad that you know, Savage, he tweeted the other day that he's really hyped about playing in front of the crowd.
Yeah. If he's going, man, if he's bored.
There is no crowd for now, but
if he's going
next days when they're gonna be playing, there's gonna be crowd because we had some delays and now we're back on track. Some good old midnight Dota.
Yeah, this is what Dota's all about, right?
European
team, C team, South American tournament. It should be beautiful.
That's to start the game, man.
Yeah, the crowd behind us still.
That's to start the game.
They're still there.
If he's showing Zaiji emotion, Zaiji.
Who have we got behind us? Oh, it's just Tsunami. Can you see what that says? Can you read it? Do you want to bring it a little bit closer?
Yeah, we
Does that say casters start the game?
Casters we did this together. It took a lot of brain power post midnight to be able to think of something good like this. I gotta give him his phone.
Oh god! Yeah, check it out. Yeah, creative directors worked hours on that little bit of text there to come to your screens. We had Talon against Liquid. We had the Sniper, you know, kind of swapping things around, moving into a hoodwink last pick, meaning that Toxic does go mid, whereas Talon, like they're bringing back that
what is the total player on Twitch right now?
They played Nagasar 2 times on the offlane so far in this major. They played it against TSM and they played it against Gaming Gladiators. 50% win rate. It's a bit greedy in my opinion. I'm not a fan of it, especially
most of the world is on sleep right now. 1-0,
so they went with
1-0 is nice actually.
Really cooldowns. So
I don't know how many Russians are there.
Check a lot of their boxes. So
half of the Russians should be awake right now.
Can play with
31 down Russian
setting up the arrows. Same goes for this offlane Naga, but it does take a lot of time. Like both of these times that he played Naga Siren, he did go for the same item build.
Carry
pretty much.
items.
It's carry from the offlane, like literally carry from the offlane.
Yeah, and the Void Spirit very good at getting on top of Sniper, creating more space for Lina, right? Because he, like you say, got very low cooldowns, able to get into the back lines, spread the team fights kind of wide, so you've got the ability there for your Moran and Undying to get their spells off as well. We'll have a little pause as we get ourselves into game one of this best of three, so hang tight as we'll start.
Oh shit, there's another pause.
Do you have any preferences in draft here? Because I know that Winter was saying he liked
this is only the first game, man.
And
holy shit, there are two more games after this.
Yeah, I can sense some bias.
It's like
Winter being from
hours,
Southeast Asia, Fog being a guy that plays on European servers, we kind of adopted him. I do favor Team Liquid's draft. It's just the heroes that they have are very difficult to kill. I think Talon's draft is going to take a while until it comes online.
Lyrically eating something.
Siren, because their damage is pretty limited. Like you need to play with Void Spirit plus Morana, maybe even bring another hero. This is Death Prophet we're talking about. If you're not able to burst the hero,
oh my god, you need to see this. Look at this.
Maybe a snowball save. It could turn the whole thing around.
Yeah, because it feels like Talon have these very static heroes.
I'll get someone.
Well, it just disappeared. They've got Lina who stays in her lane, then goes jungle to farm, Naga who stays in her lane, and then pushes out waves, cuts waves. Undying, he's very static. You don't really have these floating heroes to make action happen outside of that Void Spirit, so I think eyes on Mikoto for Talon to see what he does coming out of the laning stage when things break down, especially around active runes. You know, we could see Morana guarding runes for this Void Spirit to make things easier,
need to
right?
move. Like both supports, I expect them to move minute 6, minute 8. Void Spirit, the hero that does like benefit so much more than some like other heroes, and yeah, seems like we're gonna go.
Oh yes, here we go, game 1. Ready for your viewing pleasure, and the first thing we see is a doubles IJ. Oh, it's glorious.
That's even better than double damage.
Oh, and they're dropping Team Liquid voice lines at Talon. They're getting into the groove of things here, and of course, as is tradition, both sides going to be smoking up as 5 to wander out across the map and get some of this early vision down. And Boxy starts in the mid lane. Let's see if we get some of these high ground spy awards. And Dire Q getting one up there. I'm not sure if Nisha knows what's up. Of course, they are all smoked. I love the fact Mickey has kimchi in his name as a little bit of remembrance for Matumba Man.
Yeah, they do love to give credit to the old players. They're like a family, you know. But I did try to talk to Blitz for a minute.
Tried?
A brief. Yeah, you know.
He's a busy man.
He's a busy guy. Like, he did a lot of prep so far, especially for this series. I asked him, you know, how the players feeling about playing this late? And he told me, what do you mean late? This is the peak time for Zoomers on our team. You know, Boxy, Mickey, and Nisha, they're good to go. Like, this is the time where they're going to maybe... This is a morning for them, pretty much, start playing Dota. Because I remember interview during the DPC where he said, you know, they play pubs until 5, 6 in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, it's midnight. It's basically midday for Zoomers. Wake up at 5, 6 p.m. Get your pubs in later on. We'll see.
Okay, I was really excited to watch this game, but I thought it was not going to happen.
Under the liquid vision, they didn't actually figure out.
But it's actually happening in daytime on March 1.
I'm pretty sure they placed their own ward from the trees, so nobody's going to be getting any early information. And an interesting lane ward there from Liquid in that bottom lane as well, in fact. What's that primarily for in that bottom lane?
I think they want to see, because they didn't, I mean, they blocked the big camp, so never mind that. I guess they want to see who's going to come and like how much they can pressure it, and whether they're killing the trees as well. You're playing against Tree and Protector, a lot of the times you know that the team might come here, try to cut down the trees like this, and then maybe the rest of the team will back you up.
Okay, 2 good.
Well, Boxy going to wander back up to top.
Talon got 2.
Yeah, that nose, isn't it? It's beautiful.
It's IG emotion,
the nose, like you need to put it in the middle of the tower, in the middle of some fancy tree, and then it gets distorted and looks really good.
A fancy tree.
Yeah. Looking at the Talon's lineup, they like this type of lineup. I think it relies on Void Spirit making a ton of space to be able to make stuff happen. Like he needs to play with Marana and like one downside that they have is not having enough tower damage until Lina comes relatively comfortable to come into a fight. So they need to play with the Siege heroes. By Siege heroes, I mean Siege units.
Little carties, little catapults. I mean, they're heroes in their own right. They kill a tower. Good job, you're a hero. Well, yeah, I
He's
think
taking a lot of harassment.
Mikoto,
he's not putting that much harassment
kind of 6 minutes onwards. Try and guard him. Some active runes and get those plays made.
They almost took the arrow.
Marana already securing those range creeps with the arrows.
Oh, Nisha mid.
Oh, he's dying to Ether Remnant. Has Snowball popped the Fairy Fire. Oh, gets away from that Resonant Pulse as well.
I've never seen Nisha struggle.
Living life on the edge.
Mikoto, he hits level 2, does have another Remnant available, a bit low on mana. He invested a lot to be able to put the pressure on Nisha, but didn't get the kill in the end, so both mid laners gotta get the bottle after 2 creeps. Nisha even using Ice Shard just to be able to get that last hit. Very important to get his bottle as soon as possible. Misses this one.
Yeah, let's see if we get a deny here from Mikoto. These range creeps super important.
Yeah. He missed the creep.
Times for Nisha. Waiting a little bit longer for that bottle to come. And
He's got 6
stuff,
last
we've got the lane dragon.
Missing 2,
in behind that dire tier 1. Nagasari battling with Treant over the last hit, and Mickey having to lap up what's left for him by his own tower. How do you reckon top's going? The one lane we've not seen too much action from.
Lina Undying, there's no real setup for LSA, so that's a bit of a bad thing in this lane. You also don't want to battle into Undying unless that Prophet hits level 3, then you're going to feel much more comfortable having that Spirit Siphon, extra charge on it. Kind of difficult for a hero like Hoodwink, who has very limited amount of damage that it can deal to a bully hero like Undying.
Yeah, I guess the advantage is you're double ranged, no strength heroes, ability to kill Tombstone as the game develops as well from both of your off-lane heroes there. But yeah, Lina Undying, we've seen Lina Tree, these very good aggressive heroes just being able to bully out opponents, so Lina will get that free farm. And currently looking pretty decent, 10 last hits, 1 deny, but Liquid, as always, all 3 lanes very comfortably gathering up those creeps. All 3 cores looking real hot up near the top. And I think potentially they've got kill threat on the Lina there as well.
Always saving a point. He does not want to invest just in case, you know, he needs that Soul Reap, needs that extra damage mitigation, extra heal in the laning stage so they can't burst him down.
Root into Arrow. They've caught out the Treant. Insania. He's going to be dropping here, it looks like. Turns to fight. Jab's about to die. Gets into the trees. He survived. First blood goes the way of Mickey. Insania baiting them in.
Yeah, that was nicely done. Right inside the trees, gets the leech seed off, gets the stick off, and now he's going to be level 3. I want to see if he decides to put another point in leech seed.
And that
Never mind, top lane.
Killing Ollie. Spirit Siphon's out. Does get a decay in onto the DP. So he looks okay for now, but running real low on regen and the Crypt Swarm.
Yeah,
it clips his backside. First 2 kills to Liquid. Both side lanes, spectacular starts.
All event, all in there. Now trying to be a bit too aggressive, and now you're going to have the level 3 that I mentioned on both of these heroes.
Yeah.
So 23, he's in trouble.
Oh! He's dead?
Wait, what?
I was going to say the upside of Undying dying is he's going to bring tangos and salves and all the good stuff, but Lina dying there.
He brought 23's healing salve, so
he did.
Some gold, you know, I'm not going to say wasted because he's going to use it eventually, and look how they're playing for Nisha. Insania TP's mid, refills his bottle.
That is such a team-focused play. You see a Treant, 90% HP, full mana, walking fountain. You're like, what are you doing? Is he disconnected? No. He's going home to TP mid so he can refill Nisha's bottle to give him that early advantage he needs.
Actually connects.
They got on top of Sniper, you're right, but Living Armor's there. And Mickey, with the tread, is speed enough just to walk away. He's perfectly fine. And Q losing about 60% of his HP.
Mickey having Fairy Fire, having this infused raindrop as well, and also a bit of a global presence coming out from that Treant Protector, so they will get the courier kill.
Ollie.
I guess that's why. That's also the benefit of that ward that he placed. Ollie, so low.
Yeah, it's a courier sniping ward.
Yeah, you as a Treant have so much damage. You actually one-shot couriers early.
Yeah, one punch straight.
Yeah, one punch.
23 also not having a grand time up top. Needs that salve to come in again. Both of them really on a knife's edge there, toying with the idea of death. And they've got a ward behind tier 1 Liquid so they can see when they're retreating, what's going on, how things are going.
Very sneaky wards coming out from Team Liquid early on. They're going to scout the courier. Ollie. Boxing will go for some harassment damage here.
Looks like he's going to drag the wave as well. Pull it into that small camp for now.
Maximize the farm for Zai. Zai a bit low on mana, going into mana boots. They definitely need mana sustain in this lane. A lot of harassment, a lot of spam coming out.
And Ollie just getting chased down by Boxy. Acorn shot, bushwhack, perfect setup for Zai to come in, get his killing spree now. And a perfect game, 4-0 for Liquid. They're going to lose Insania though. Yeah, I spoke too soon, I apologize. I do lose the Treant down bottom, so a breath of fresh air there for Talon fans.
Interesting build. Never mind.
They caught Lina.
Oh my god.
Lina is dead. The LSA, but with the Acorn shot and one more touch, they'll take him down. Zai now dominating. The tombstone's decently placed and zombies give chase, but Boxy clears them out.
Fine.
So
Ollie
will have to get that hoodwink kill rather than chasing the Death Prophet.
Good trade if you're position 5, you know, if you're playing for yourself, but overall when you do the math, it's not that good of a trade.
Yeah,
this is the second time that 23 died. Mickey on this bottom lane feels really good on top of the CS chart. Arrow.
Ooh.
I spoke too soon.
Yeah, we're cursing him a little bit, but he does have the backup of Insania, and with what strength
did not have
and a few stat items, this Mickey sniper is pretty tanky. He's got a belt.
That's why he's so tanky.
He's going to get a Dragon Lance, but it's just a casual Dragon Belt for now. Like, understands that he needs to survive the damage, and their damage is very limited in this lane. This is level 3 Mirana we're talking about.
Yeah, very little they can do. I mean, we knew going into this Naga Siren, very greedy. Yes, you can set up for Arrow, but you're not really outputting that much damage yourself in the early levels.
He's got
looks like Mickey Just going to ditch the lane for now, feeling this Makoto gank coming. While up at top, they've set up on the Undying. Ollie gets a decent decay, but Zai and Boxy straight under that tower. This ward has paid off.
Okay, this top lane is dead.
And this will turn into a tier 1 push.
Totally this is a dead tower. Let's see if they're going to be able to manage to get something done on the mid lane. Makoto trying to look for an opening.
8-minute rune. Nisha trying to guard it.
Shit.
No remnant
spawn
coming
up
out.
there. Arcane down bottom, so this should be Void Spirit getting another rune. Didn't get much done with the DD he picked up earlier. We'll see if this Arcane is any different.
This opens up the map so much. They did manage to kill tower 8 minutes into the game. First exorcism, damage done. They also get a kill, and now Sniper farming in the jungle.
Nisha is just unkillable in this lane. He's a tanky Tusk, and he's got living armor on him. Just not a hero you can kill. So now you've got this difficult situation of Mirana and Void Spirit desperately needing to make moves, and there aren't any areas to do so in. Do you go on a Treant bottom? You don't really want to.
He's living his best life here in the bottom lane. Like, this is the dream. Your carry leaves the lane, and they're not putting any pressure on you. I don't think they can kill
this is like the best
Protector with the offlane duo that Talon have. It's just very difficult. There is no damage, so they need to rotate another hero, maybe even put a tombstone down. So another remnant misses.
Is this really the game plan for Talon, just to wait out the laning stage, get to like 25, 30 minutes?
Yeah, they're definitely going to need to do that. Use Moonlight Shadow, try to get some kills. Again, Void Spirit plus Mirana, they need to play together. They need to go for the kills. Some of the kills are going to be a bit more difficult to get, and here they come again.
A simple one. Makoto getting involved, setting up the Mirana. Insania down bottom. Gets himself into the trees while Jabs will drag the wave around a little bit. But that's now 3 heroes you've shoehorned into this bottom lane. Mickey's down here.
Mickey's level 7. He's got the
throws
max
the shrapnel and clears
so
the wave.
It's a lot of damage if they want to dive in.
Almost level 6, but there's also been some pressure put on a mid tower. Nisha having that Blightstone. Just a casual Blightstone for now, you know, amplifies a lot of damage coming on from Tusk.
Oh, it sure does, yeah.
He got his bottle refill also.
Next exorcism, Zai, he will be ready to
Let's see if they come
show up on the map.
Yeah.
Most likely kill that tier 1 tower on the mid lane.
Oh, nicely done. Get on top of Makoto.
Oh,
he
gets the room
damage,
also.
even though the control was beautifully placed. Now Nisha being turned on. In comes Q and Ollie. To Shards, trying to block them away, but another Astral Step is there to kill the Tusk off. He is tanky and annoying, but they'll trade out 1 for 1. Maybe another one, though, with Undying. Being bushwhacked up, Liquid play and fight back.
2 support kills. They got the rune, but they lost the
kill as well.
Nick is off to a great start. Comparing Lina and Sniper in this one. 5.5k on Sniper. Lina falling behind. I mean, everybody knows that Lina can farm, but so can Sniper, especially if he's off to a good start.
Toxic pause? No, it's a sound pause, boss.
That voice line gets me every time.
So
I don't consider myself the best player.
Perfect deadpan delivery. So what's Zai's next
That is Vishal
move?
line.
You know, is it get mech and then push mid?
He wants to have mech. They might even take the tower without using the Exo, because there is still a catapult alive, but we'll have to see. If they do manage to bring extra heroes on the mid lane, I think they're going to be able to take it down.
Yeah, we'll see where he heads. For now, definitely keeping that pressure on 23. As we do see those items across the board. Mickey's picked up his Javelin. Looks like Maelstrom is completed. The Mithril Hammer's over on the Courier. And we're going to get Zai having that mech in a very short amount of time. Tome's coming out as well. Try and get some of these heroes up to level 6. As
You can actually hear the players
Q down. Still at level 5 for now, 10.5 minutes in.
Let's see if they're going to pressure the tower. They do have a catapult here in the bottom lane. Naga Siren just used Mirror Image. Treant Protector does have 3 points in the living armor, so that's going to be, you know, very difficult to play into.
Oh, is that the echo from the crowd? Sorry, not the crowd, the stadium. Like, get the echo from the stadium.
Glad to see what Talon do with Makoto. Of course, we've been saying very
this
important
is
job
only
that
chat,
he's got.
man. This is so boring.
Try and control the entire map, basically, with his Void Spirit. I'd love to see him pair up with this Mirana once she's respawned. And maybe try and get that
really
tier 1 bottom
out.
just to open things up a little bit more, so they've got the avenues in towards mid and the ability to play under their own vision. Like, Insania's pinging now, actually. It feels like the Treant
are in their normal mode right now because it's daytime for C.
One of them was correct.
It's nighttime for European players, so they are gonna struggle, but they are actually winning right now. as of now.
But yeah, I'm
let's
just
see
looking
what
at that
happens.
profit. That profit with the next EXO, this is going to be huge for Team Liquid. We talked about them having this double save with the Snowball, with the Living Armor, and also with the Spirit Siphon. So that's going to be a lot of sustain coming out from these two heroes.
Sure is. Well, a little pause. A little bit of relaxation time to consider your next moves, think about your plans in the future. I mean, on the topic of warding, Liquid's warding so far, laning stage was spectacular with these kind of deep wards behind tier 1 top, and of course in the lane bottom, spotting couriers, finding the Undying. And right now, double wards around mid, really safeguarding that mid tier 1. So it looks like they're going to be using that as a platform just to pivot themselves into more objectives and try and get that stranglehold on this early game, or at least continue to do so. Oh, where were we? Void Spirit, it's got a little like ballerina.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That
just
looks so
swirling
cool.
around.
I don't think I've ever seen game
Yeah.
paused at the exact moment. Look at him.
Look at this. Wow.
Gorgeous, isn't he?
Beautiful.
He's entered the Shadow Realm. Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. And of course, if you're just joining us, game 1 here, this best of 3, Liquid against Talon. Nice little dodge of the assassinate by Makoto. And an arrow landing.
Oh, he took
That
the arrow
slipped
for the
right
card.
in onto Mickey. But
He
again, he's
actually took the
reasonably
arrow for
tanky
the
with
card.
strength treads and that ogre belt. Offering a lot of damage now with the Maelstrom too.
And we can see Talon playing around their Void Spirit. They don't want to, like, they want him to have full HP, full mana all the time. Smoke from Team Liquid. This is a big kill if Boxy can find an opening.
Nisha gets in on top
They are
with
diving
23.
so much, man.
Punch there, and the control's good.
Oh my
Sharpshooter, not sure it was required, but
If
it will
they
secure
get
the
out
kill
with
quickly
this,
nonetheless.
no,
And
they can't.
Boxy left
What are we
for
doing?
the
I think it's
wall.
fine,
Says
right?
Talon coming to clear
Lina has
up.
died.
But this
and
isn't just
they
a kill on
rotated in.
23, it's a push on
It's
the
a
tier
tower
1.
also.
They
So
split them
good-
up so
it's a good
nicely.
risk.
They get the kill. In the end, it's a trade,
It's a-
but
it's
you're
a good
killing
trade,
Lina
man. It's
while
very
your
good
sniper
trade.
is free
They got the
farming
tower
and also
as well
getting
as
the
Lina
tower.
kill.
Look at
They
that,
lost
1.8k
just for
tower
one
damage from
It's very
Zai.
nice.
Everybody else pretty close to
Zero, pretty
zero.
much.
Now gets his mech delivered, so this momentum is only going to build from Liquid.
All this happened because of that card
This is the
which
time where
Mickey
Team
tanked.
Liquid's lineup is
So
very
they get
strong.
a
With the
mid tower
next
for free there.
exorcism, Zai and the rest of the team, if they take a fight, they have more than enough sustain to get inside the Roche pit. And look at this Insania. Like, he does have Living Armor maxed out, so he's pre-casting Living Armor on that profit.
Yeah, and Makoto in a
Oh,
little bit
shit.
of danger. Going to jump away from the sharpshooter there. Rune grabbed by Nisha, and a silence just off the mark from Zai. Assassinate connects, but Q is long gone. Nisha Invis still hunting. And Makoto, okay, Astral Step
He's
is
got
coming off
one Astral
cooldown now.
Step, yeah.
So he should have the ability
be
to
fine.
slip away from Liquid's grasps when they do come
Why
up into
are they
that top
pausing
jungle.
again and again, man? Come on.
And it looks
man.
like they didn't care about the ward down in the bottom jungle. Insania pinged it, and he's like, whatever, we're not
Hey,
going to
we'll
play there.
also
We're
put
playing top,
some
we're playing mid, we're
Nah,
controlling
he did
Roshan.
a classic position 5 move.
Hey,
Instead
guys,
of
this is EP,
moving
right?
and dewarding it, he TP'd bottom to just get some XP there. Which I don't mind. Like, he can deward it a bit later, but so far so good for Team Liquid. Like, in terms of net worth, the game is pretty even. Talon, of course, they do want to stall the game as much as possible because they do have this Naga Siren from the off lane, which the hero doesn't want to join early on. You want to be able to farm up, but so does Lina. Also, these two heroes love to farm at the same spot, so I think Jabs will need to risk it a bit more, get out of the map, and let Lina farm the triangle.
Yeah, try and drag Liquid away from the Lina as best he can. And they've got plenty of tools to disengage and reset team fights, or at least make the territory the Liquid are invading a little bit more challenging with Tombstone, Song of the Siren, and of course Moonlight Shadow to get away from any scraps they don't really want to be involved in. So I think Talon have a
Go. Let's
good
go, man. We want to
understanding
see
of where
the
they want to
whole
be
series.
as we move into the 13th minute of
I think the
gameplay.
Europe is also waking
back
up.
underway
Like it's
we head.
6 a.m.
Enemy
there.
Ancients.
So
Oh, not again. Nisha with the invis.
Nisha's
they
coming.
just placed a sentry.
They see him. Q gonna get caught down, punched down. Tombstone's dropped, and it looks like they're going to force Liquid away from here.
There's
Plenty
no
of zombies
damage
on
coming,
Nisha.
right?
He's gonna have to
Good
clear them
speed
out.
on him.
Incredibly slow indeed.
But there is no follow-up. Again, Void Spirit, he needs to be everywhere for
Yeah.
Talon. He needs to be the one playing with Marana, using the Ether Remnant, setting things up. Does have Witchblade available this time around, so a bit more damage coming out from him.
Yeah, I mean, it's imperative this Void Spirit offers you that damage.
what
when
is
you know
wrong
everybody else
with
is
my
going to be
God
hitting creeps
again?
for the foreseeable
Zygy,
future.
Zygy, spam Zygy.
And have we peeked into Jabs' item build? Is it the
It's
good
going to
old
be a standard
Yeah.
Manta style,
Orchid?
Orchid most likely.
Okay.
Yeah. Just wants to be able to
It's
scale
IG
pretty much,
more.
carry from the offlane, as we mentioned. This is how they played. It's very greedy so far. I'd say it's been working okay.
Yeah.
I think the lanes, maybe the top lane could have been better in terms of what they could have gotten from the lane.
Okay,
but
I don't
the
know if
other two
Zyg
lanes, I think
is
they
not global also.
got it,
So you have
got
to
what
be
they
sub
wanted.
to Zyg or
Yeah, they've not suffered too much in terms of lane bleed and feeding
Not
away
sure.
unnecessary deaths. And of course, later down the line, Nagasaran with Song into Arrow, Tombstone setup. They can get in on top of Sniper with relative ease. So definitely curious to see, how well Nisha can play maybe that defensive style to save the Sniper, or if he wants to play aggressively onto the Lina. It
Yeah,
feels like
I think Nisha has a pretty good understanding what the job is. Going into Blink Dagger next. This time around, it seems like it's not going to be a Deso build, something that has been popular throughout the DPC first tour.
Or the
And
BKB as well.
Yeah, he's opting to get that Blink Dagger. I think he realizes that with the front line that they have, and if he gets the snowball save on Sniper, because Sniper's going to be the most damage. Like Dead Prophet and Sniper, it's a lot. Like you have Tusk, you have Treant Protector in the front line to soak up the damage. Like Dead Prophet, if she manages to get 2 Spirit Siphon, it's a lot. Like I don't think they have enough burst damage, especially with the snowball save coming out.
And living armor and everything else, yeah.
The problem I see is Sniper. I don't think they're going to be able to close the gap on him, even though they have like Nagasaran, they do have a Void Spirit. But the other heroes, like, they don't want to get close. Lina wants to keep the distance. Marana, she doesn't really provide you with much. One silence, one root, one stun, she's dead.
Yeah, so then it becomes very important to have that sneaky vision to try and spot out the Sniper when you're entering the team fights. See where you can place these tombstones or set up with that Song into Arrow. But yeah, you're right. It's very close in terms of the metrics. Net worth-wise, dead even here, 13 minutes in. And Sniper is up at the top. But there's the Nagasaran and the Lina, not too far
Come on,
behind.
man. These pauses are so long.
Do you think Void Spirit will struggle if this game drags out in terms of itemization?
I don't think he's going to be able to... Like,
he's sacrificial.
He needs to be. Like, I think Mikoto needs to play this type of a game because he's not the real carry. You have Lina and you have Naga from the offlane, so you want to be able to get in, get stuff done. Most likely you're going to die. One snowball, one silence before you have any dispel. You're not tanky enough to survive. Like, Treant Protector uses Overgrowth, you're donezo.
It feels very similar to like Chris Luck on EG, right? You've got these 2 side lanes that are like
Pretty
carries.
much, and in terms of the hero that he's playing, fits the C-Smile profile.
Yeah, absolutely does. Yeah, very sacrificial, playmaking mid, and then 2 literal hyper carries in the side lanes. Yeah, when Talon get back underway, 15 seconds for that Mirana to respawn. See what they can do out on the map, because pressuring that bottom tier 1 so far has been impossible. Insane is just camping down there. Pretty well farmed on the Treant. 3k saved up.
Wow.
Well, Ollie has
He's
just spent his
peeking
tombstone.
Oh.
Doesn't feel particularly good. And yeah, what, Treant halfway to Blink already, hey?
Yeah, does have 1,000 gold. A bit different.
Look
I've
at
seen
this.
even position 5 Treants going
Holy
for
shit, look at this.
a shard build, which is
The guy is a giga chat,
okay
man.
in certain situations.
Look
I
at
think
this.
here it's much better to
Nisha.
have like, someone to follow up
Oh
on
my
the
God.
initiation. Also,
This
just to
looks so
have a better
fucking good.
counter initiation when they decide to get a
Oh,
jump.
shit.
Because Talon's damage is pretty limited. Like
Go
Void
sorry.
Spirit gets
Sick.
couple of his
Wait, what?
abilities off. You have Lina with the right clicks, and if she manages to use
Silent
ulti, the
ready,
damage
man,
kind of
let's
falls
go.
off quickly.
A single target as well, right? So if they
There's
go on
not much
someone,
AoE,
There are like
exactly.
4
they have to
bosses
pick
right
their
now in this
target
game, and
very
it's so
wisely.
boring.
So
This
they
is why
I
can't-
don't
this
consider myself the
Blink
best
from
player,
Tusk is gonna come
I
in
just
very
like
handy.
winning.
Yeah, absolutely.
lines are
Save
so
that
good
one
from
hero
Team
they go on,
Liquid,
which
man,
is
all of
likely,
them.
like you say, going to be the
Use
sniper.
mana, get killed. Dota is so
Got
easy.
potential there for the blink overgrowth to disrupt things even further. But yeah, Talon going to have to choose their targets very carefully in these team fights. And probably just honestly dodge team fights for the next 10-15 minutes or so.
As long as they can. They might try to go for
I
something
mean, look how it
sneaky
looks, man.
once Team Liquid decides to go for Roche. And looking at
Nisha.
this artwork,
Gorgeous.
it's just beautiful.
Those chiseled features. And he's the best player in the world, you know?
Yeah.
He doesn't agree with that one.
I didn't consider
That's
myself
wrong.
best player.
Nisha has been, you know, a player that has been so stable and so good.
Yeah, there's
Something
a
about his
Giga
smile
Chan.
as well.
Yeah, he's got his own flag bearer creep as well, standing on the portrait. Oh, look at him.
Oh, look at him. Oh.
Similarities? No? Tusk? Nisha?
Yeah.
Back to me again. It's an Old Spice commercial.
Oh.
Lots of drawing on the map too now.
Look at this guy, man. He's
I
got a
think
machine
Talon
gun.
have to take that aggressive posture at some point. If it's just Naga, even if it's just Naga Siren cutting waves bottom, they need a way to enter that bottom jungle, get the tier 1 down there as well.
Go.
Time to go.
Difficult
Let's go, man.
for
Let's
them.
go. We want to watch
You're
some
always
Dota.
worried about.
I've got to be honest to you and the chat.
Yeah, what's up?
I was spamming F9. My keyboard is either not working or
It's spamming
Valve have
F9.
disconnected that option from your
in
account.
2015, unfortunately.
You've used it too often. There's a quota. There's a limit. You only get 3,000 unpauses and pauses per account. Insane. You're very happy. Just sticking it down bottom lane. What? Has he got Seeds of Serenity queued up in his quick buy? You can't buy those. No.
He's a tree. He makes seeds, so
Yeah.
I think that's an okay thing to do.
Yeah, you can make them, but you can't buy them.
You can queue it up.
They're magic seeds. Grow a big old beanstalk with them. All right, here comes Talon.
Okay,
They're not playing bottom. They're playing up top. They knew Mickey was up there, farming away.
And look at Mickey.
Like a
he
champ.
has a pretty good read. The spot he's sitting at, like he's even
Zai
out there.
is walking.
They know that they don't have enough damage to kill him. Zai just showed his mech very close to Guardian Greaves. So this
They don't want to. Oh
can
shit.
get
They get over it, yeah.
Squirrel. Yes, they can.
Yeah.
840 HP.
They couldn't kill Zai.
Easy to
I'm
bust.
unsure if they could even kill Mickey, honestly. He's got raindrop, strength treads.
I mean, that was
plenty of
not a good
tankiness.
TP actually because I got no catch. The
Zai
only
Mickey
catch
just
is
have a
right
bit of a
now
poke
Dusk
there,
and
Makoto.
gets scrapes from
Get
this.
him out of that mid lane. 23. Okay, going to wander back to the Ancients. It was looking like Nisha was eyeing up the Lina. Yeah, 23 Savage in a decent spot still. Falcon Blade, Maelstrom heading into that BKB quickly. So opting not to go for the earlier Gleipnir, wants that protection to be able to withstand the onslaught the Liquid are bringing.
There's still decent amount of abilities that go through magic.
Now it's actually alone. She got song.
Get silenced.
Oh,
he's in the spot that he needs to be.
I think he's dead.
And I feel like this
The
death
song won't
is a
save him.
necessity.
Yeah,
Jab's
the
going
song
to
won't
die.
save him.
And Zai on a mega
The
kill.
silence
streak,
was
but
on
it forces
point,
Exo, it forces Liquid down to bottom lane. It's just that kind of has to be where Naga sits, right? There's nowhere else on the map for her to play.
Yeah, she can't get into a triangle. This is where your real carry is. This is why you picked Lina. And Zai, using Exo, using that Spirit Siphon, Song of the Siren didn't really save her there, so he gets in there, tries to deal some damage to
denied the
tower, so
bounded
it's not for nothing.
It's so scared.
Ghosts don't sleep.
Yeah, can't put Ghost to sleep.
Interesting. Yeah. It's permanently awake, haunting people in their dreams. Where's Ollie TPing off to? Going up top for a Talon, heading up there, and Jabs, yeah, just going to stick it out in that bottom lane. Maxed out mirror image, heading pretty quickly into his Manta style, just a few hundred gold away. And a pull into the large camp, 15.5 minutes in. Insania looking for a bit of bonus farm. Does get scouted by the arrow, but this is set up for Makoto to clear through the majority of
I
it.
think I got it,
The
how you
efficiency
can
of
actually
Sania,
keep the
You mentioned
portrait.
it like a minute ago.
Yeah.
He's half there until he's getting his Blink Dagger, and now only 200 gold away.
Very, very speedy progression for the tree. 4,000 net worth. Mirana looking like she's in a similar spot as well. So Q not having a bad game himself. Has the Arcanes and the mech heading to the Greaves, so you've got that sustain. Shrapnel. Oh, that was close.
That was so close. Nisha had one
Oh shit, I
punch on
missed it.
autocast, so
Sad.
if he gets
Sorry.
close, he would
Or
get punched.
Yogi, I'm
like
watching
they were
Major Man.
underneath the
I'm
ward
watching
this whole time.
this game was supposed to happen
I
yesterday.
don't know what's up. Now they're swarming into mid.
So I'm watching it
Who is there?
today
Accused
because the
Mirana.
game is
Zai
happening
has lit
today
an
in
armor on him,
India.
And Arrow gets tanked by one of the creeps.
Liquid versus Talon.
So Zai's
Liquid is like
away
the
and
top team in
Tombstone's
the
wasted.
world right now.
In terms of killing the Tombstone, they don't
At
have
least
the
it's
best
major.
heroes. Like Sniper this time around does
So this
not
was
have
actually
massive
supposed to be the
madness, so
last game of
extra
the day.
attack Speed is not there.
And it's
He can
happening
still
right
kill
now.
It, but
It's
doesn't
like
want to. He does not
12
want to
or
just,
1
like,
PM
in the
in
middle of
Peru
a
right
team
now.
fight, start hitting a Tombstone.
Yeah, not an ideal situation for him. But there's that nasty Naga side.
तेरा काम कैसे चल रहा है, Yogi?
Oh, the control is there. Sharp
they got
shooter
the
to finish
Mikoto
off the Void
And it's time to
Spirit.
get
What is he doing there? Like,
Liquid
what the
side.
fuck?
Exorcism just
He's farming way too aggressive.
They also have a point in attack team. Way too much sustain coming out from the Guardian Greaves. Let's see if they maybe try to go for it. Maybe Morana
they are not coming to
but seems
contest
like it's not
this.
going to happen. Jabs is at the bottom. Does not want to pop that Song of the Siren. Maybe he learned his lesson last time using Song during the EXO.
Yeah,
the damage still can be
still, because EXO does not
deadly.
care for Song.
Yep, no one nearby. Talon, just let it go. Still a decent amount of time to wait for the EXO to come back up, but
Sniper is going early,
Liquid
BKB,
gonna be
man.
happy with the
It's like
state
the
of
not the
affairs.
item you want to go on the
Mikoto with his
Sniper.
DD rune though, going in onto Nisha, but arrow off the mark from Q.
Combo's not there.
And now Boxy's coming in. They're thinking about the play on Mikoto. Even under the dire ward, they get the control. Damage is coming with the assassinate there, but Mikoto surviving.
he blocked
They've
this.
got the sustain from this
He took
Mirana
this
Undying.
sharpshooter
And
for
Mickey killing
himself,
off the
so
tombstone
Mikoto won't
quickly.
die.
Will turn onto Ollie. Need the control to stun him up. 23 bailing away from this fight while Nisha reinitiates.
I don't know why this Undying don't really pop the ulti,
Q
you know?
did a good job. Body
Like, if he popped the ulti, he could have just survived for a little bit longer, maybe bait them.
It would be
Because most of the time when I see Undying,
but you know, still blocking it with the body. So next EXO will be available in 70 seconds. We're gonna see that replay. It was. Let's see the damage coming out. It could have been if he didn't if he released it slightly earlier.
From a मजा है लाइफ यार. मुझे भी चाहिए. अबे कभी इन लोग कभी मेरा इंटरव्यू शेड्यूल करते क्या मालूम है मुझे.
Nagason's a nuisance. Nisha with the haste finds an illusion, so Jab's going to get the Song off. There's a snowball coming, so he can't TP.
Wow.
Boxy's nearby. Jab's trying it now. Can they connect with a stun before he retreats?
Nice.
So close, man. So close.
Was
Very
able
close.
to get out of the trouble. This is the type of a game that Talon need to play right now. They need
अभी
to
तो काम कर
get out of the
रहे
map,
हैं.
split push as much as they
देख रहे हैं.
can, especially with Nagasan
Yogi?
and the illusions. The thing is, things are gonna get, I'd say, tougher for Lina. Like, Sniper is a really good counter. They do have heroes in the front line that can soak up so much damage, and then if you're trying to go for a split push, if you go for that one extra wave, you have Treant Protector and Hoodwink, two best heroes that play from the trees. Talon, they're not gonna even defend this one.
No, just let it fall. Don't even bother bringing a single hero.
I mean, they got
or a
Naga carry,
illusion
man,
up
so
top.
they needed a hero like Mars to
right
play.
now.
But they got Naga carry.
Aiming
So
down
Naga
bottom as we
offlane.
see a bunch of ropes and straps coming out of Boxy.
Khatam
Gets
kar
into the tree
raha,
line.
game khel
Sharpshooter
raha,
and Tumble's toy. Getting a bit of distance, but 23's there. Lands the Light Strike Array. Pummels into the Hoodwink with an awful amount of damage. Marana will get there with a final touch. Starstorm to secure the kill on Boxy, Boxy.
Yeah, pretty much. Boxy so far died 5 out of 7 times.
Boxy's team tag. He's very, very self-aware. He's got 3 Boxies at the end of his name.
Paying tribute to one of the best players in Team Liquid. Yeah, I love that. Team Liquid is just a team that's having so much fun.
Insania's found it. Overgrowth into silence.
It's a silence.
Get the damage on top of him. That's in dead. Mickey with a dominating streak. Oh boy. That ward. Again, they just have this vision in prime spots to see what Talon are up to.
Arcane Rune available on Tusk. This is where you would want to take a fight. He's going into Aghanim Scepter next. I feel like we've seen different builds coming up from Tusk. We've also seen, I think, good example is Lark whenever he plays Tiny. He goes for this like Blink, Yule's E-Blade, which you would expect it from position for Tiny.
Yeah.
And now we even see it from Tusk, like going for a Force Staff to be able to get away from the trouble, because they understand that the real threat is coming on from this arrow. This is their combo.
Oh shit.
Ow. Oof, that hurts. And he might still die nonetheless. Arrows there and a good tombstone down. Talon trying to fight around with Mikoto coming back in.
Got changed
Nisha. 23 about to fall though. Zai's gone straight into the back line for the Spirit Siphons, and the ghosts are flowing. Q so close to death, and Zai just won before it. They've lost Nisha and traded for the leader,
it is so
but Liquid still looking hot as they invade that enemy ancient spot.
They use the Exorcism, still holding the Aegis on Mickey for another 40 seconds. So
shit, he just got baited, man, with the arrow.
Like,
he got
like, this is pretty much their combo. This arrow set up with either End Snare or with the Remnant. So one of the reasons why we see 4 staff being queued even by Tusk. So I think once they get 4 staffs on their other 2 supports, things are going to get much easier.
Just claiming tower after tower.
I wanted to watch this game yesterday, but
Dominoes
it is happening today, so I'm very lucky to get to watch
into
this
the pockets of Liquid.
Because I'm a Liquid
You're
fan.
done now for Mickey Sniper.
Mato is gone,
He's
but
seeming like an
Mickey is there.
unstoppable
Nisha is also
assassination
there.
machine. 4-0-2,
आज का
but
काम
maybe
कल
I've
मिल
spoken
गया
too
कि
soon.
morning तक
Huh?
देना
Q
है
just going to
वो
leap
तो
away.
अब
Doesn't want to
मैं
set
free
up
हूँ,
and
अच्छा.
play with a sniper. He runs out of there.
They do
मजा है
still
यार,
have
तेरा
that high
बहुत
ground
मजा है,
vision in
सच
the
में
enemy
बोल रहा हूँ.
triangle. Will
You're
probably
right.
play
Work from
around
home
it.
है, तो
Talon
routine भी कुछ नहीं,
probably
direct
has a
उठ गया,
good
काम
read
कर
where
दिया,
it
हो
is,
गया.
you know, so it might get the warded Q. Used Moonlight Shadow, they didn't get much out of it. Mikoto now playing inside the trees, trying to get something done, but needs to be a bit more careful considering how things went last time. That long duration silence, needs to be careful about it.
He's playing a dangerous game here, isn't it? Look,
Okay,
he's being
they
pinned out.
actually
Hey?
know, yeah.
Goes
They,
for the TP. Successful this
oh
time.
shit!
Boxy was
Wow.
Just a
nearly
second
there.
too late.
Well, this
That
is
was
that
very
systematic gameplay we know from Liquid. Swing out from top into mid into
मेरा अभी
bottom.
इंटरव्यू कभी है मालूम
Very
नहीं मुझे.
smooth
मैंने
maneuver
उनको
all the way
पूछा
across
कि
the map.
मैं मेरा इंटरव्यू कल
And
रख
it's
सकता, तो
basically
उन्होंने
just
बोला
one hero at a
नहीं,
time.
उन लोग का थोड़ा
No
शेड्यूल
fear
अलग
to
है.
show
वो
alone
लोग
down
बोलेंगे तेरे
south.
कभी
Does have
इंटरव्यू
a couple of heroes nearby, but they're
देखेंगे
edging
कब
back
इंटरव्यू
across
था
the
उनका.
mid lane into that northern jungle.
I mean, look at what Mick is doing. He's solo sieging a tower at the moment, but
Well,
rest
yeah.
of the team, they're smoked up. They want to take a fight.
Mickey's pretending like he's got people behind him, but they have moved in onto Mikoto. He's up on the high ground.
Oh, shit, it
Overgrowth
missed the overgrowth.
misses. Nisha's still on top
I
of
don't
the
think
Void
they have a
Spirit.
follow-up.
They
Sad.
don't. Mikoto will be okay at half HP. A Talon thinking about how they can re-enter
Nisha
this
is not
fight.
going BKB, man.
Mickey took that
Nisha is way too
tower
great.
alone. I
He's
like
just
this
gone
type
this.
of a play when you're pretending something's
Say
happening,
routine
playing
है, 9 to
aggressive,
6.
like your team is backing you up, but they're making a move on a
Acha.
different side of the map.
Ah, walk
And because
from
they
home
still had a
time.
tier 1 tower in the mid lane, Mickey
Acha,
TP's there and is ready to join a fight. Nisha, this time around, will bottle.
तुम लोग ऐसे टीम लोग ऐसा काम नहीं
Yes, like,
करते.
of course the Tuscan Trainer behind me. Where else could they be? Oh, yeah.
समझ गया ना,
Jerry,
तो टीम ऐसे
team.
मतलब 9 to
We would
6 तुम
not
लोग
make
ऐसे
a
काम नहीं
mistake like
करते.
this. Mickey
तू
seems
जैसे
like-
बोल रहा है
seems like
तो
he wants to hit the
अकेले
high
काम
ground.
करता है ऐसा लग रहा है.
Oh, yeah. He wants to
Again.
go up the staircase, does he?
Did some decent tower damage
I mean, Talon are on the opposite
on
side of
the
the
top
map.
tower.
Liquid, they're going up. Talon trying to catch up. They're going to walk into Insania.
Oh, he
Sentry is
knows.
down. He knows.
Shit.
He sees them. Oh, he doesn't
Oh,
have
shit.
overgrowth, but the rest of the team will come on in.
Oh my
in we
God.
go with Nisha's punch, catching the Void Spirit, but the song comes. Tombstone's down, Assassinate flies, but the arrow connects in onto Nisha's tusk.
Yeah, they're
Where's
trying
the
to control
follow-through?
the
Lina
tusk.
on the high ground, on the low ground, fighting into the sniper on the right-hand side.
Fuck,
They kill
man.
off
Nisha
Nisha,
died.
and Mickey battling in a 1v1 with 23. Boxy helps out, and Sniper
Oh, shit.
survives. Turns and kills the Undying.
Oh my God.
Q.
Good spot.
Oh no, Q, you've walked into the wrong fight, my son.
Oh man, 23, he tried to square up and fight against Mickey, but Mickey, he's way too farm. He has 7,000 extra net worth
अच्छा है ना रे.
on this Lina, and this
तो तुम
might
लोग
be
साथ
the
में
first set
काम
of
करते हैं
pairs.
वैसे
They still
9
have
to
Exo
6.
running for another 10 seconds. They killed
See, they
Tusk.
couldn't
Seems
save
like
that tusk, man. They
Nisha's
need a
like the
force staff, actually.
sacrificial mid in this game, because he also understands that the rest of the team will
They
be
need
able
a
to
force
clean
staff
up.
to actually save that
Yeah, if
task.
he
Because
can
if
draw
they have a
that
force
attention,
staff or
big
just a
shells,
Glimmer,
why
they
the
can
hell
actually
not?
save that task.
He's so
I think
tanky,
Boxer
it
went
takes a
drums.
lot to kill him off.
Like
And that
nowadays,
melee
people are
racks,
going
not
drums
long for
on this
this
4
world.
position.
Finished off by Liquid.
Because drums
A
is
few
really
more
good.
little love taps come. Mickey clears
thought
it
Give
out.
you 20
They go
moment
for a
for the
deny.
whole
They
team,
look
which is
like
like
it.
extra
Get
buying
those
mid
style
lanes.
points.
And then when can activate drums to actually
And swiftly
fight
across
hard.
the map they go.
Because 50 attack speed
Liquid
like
TPing
Hyperstone
back
attack
into
speed.
mid to head
Also
into
the
that
movements
northern
with like
jungle.
Yasha, so
Next Roche will
it's a
sync
lot
up perfectly
value.
with Exo, so
Nice.
they will have it available. Mikoto
You can escape fast or you can
doesn't
chase.
have
It'll be like
Sanj
that.
yet. That extra status resistance could get him out of the trouble. Double damage bottled by Nisha.
The potential one-hit kills.
Oh
He
shit.
gets on top of that Undying. Marana.
He tried, he
Even
tried.
just jumping Lina, taking 30-40% of her HP.
Mickey going in all in on damage. Was holding on to that Brigand's Blade, which did help out killing that Lina. The lower you are, the more damage you do. And now...
That's got
finding
X now, so
Crystallis, going
Lina
into
is not
Daedalus
safe
next.
at all. That's just blink in,
have
kick
Aghanim
the
Scepter this
Lina.
time around
They
on
got
Nisha,
Song to
so-
reset.
They've got so many
But
blinks on Liquid.
It's very, it's like forcing a lot of things
The
just with
mobility
one
is
punch.
nuts. So they can blink overgrowth, blink snowball save, and down. Now Zai has a blink.
Even Zai got blink.
Just Exo blink in, Kaya Greaves, unkillable DP.
Yeah.
Outputting
This Kaya is very underrated on this hero.
Oh, Mikoto. Boxy's hunting you, lands the bushwhack. Did get off the Resonant Pulse to tank up a little bit, but the chain stuns are coming. No, dissimulate down to the right-hand side.
He does not have any
Still
remnant.
pretty low on Mikoto, and no Astral Steps remaining.
Yeah,
he's going to
dead.
die with a punch from Nisha. They take him down.
903 quint, wow.
And they are going to go for a push. In terms of how they can approach this fight, maybe with the Moonlight Shadow, try to backstab, get something on Sniper, but if there's a snowball save, because we said it, there's a punch, only on the illusion right now. Team Liquid, they want to take this fight. They understand how strong they are.
Just go straight back up. What is to stop them?
Yeah.
This Naga Siren may be, quote-unquote online
what does
now,
Naga have,
as is
by
the
the way?
Lina.
I don't know which item
Make
Naga
a
has.
four-staff a creep inside their base.
Oh, yeah. Nisha,
Oh, shit,
high
Nisha.
ground attempt. He jumped in and died.
Sad. He got silenced there, shit.
Oh, a bit of a
shit.
yikes. Where's the voice line? I don't consider myself the best player.
He was trying something there, wasn't he?
He was trying to go for a kick back,
He
snowball,
got
but
oh my god, he got
reaction. Instant silence coming up from Naga Siren and then net.
And now Boxy jumps upon, jabs with his heart.
Nisha
That's a song right now.
BKB after
They actually have that timing
I
right
think
now.
that's the right choice. Jabs diving behind tier 1, thinking about the song. Does get a root onto Mickey, immediately dispelled off by the BKB.
He got a real
Turning on the
Naga,
Naga, but again, she's very tanky.
Yeah. She's got
especially
heart.
with the hard pickup.
Well, Liquid.
Gleipnir, also used by Lina. This is also going to be another setup for an arrow. Roshan is up. Rest of the Team Liquid going to pop a smoke.
क्योंकि तू pro dota देखता है क्या?
Liquid is so quick, moving around the map, getting stuff done. Let's see what they can find.
अभी हम लोग Team Liquid है ना, अभी फिलहाल तो number 1 team है.
Who's leading the charge here?
Oh no,
Insania.
23. If he dies, there's no damage.
Jump away from Insania though. Doesn't want to play raw into that team fight. Wants a bit of back and forth, but they go for the song.
They got the dust
Arrow should
again.
come straight in onto Nisha and connect it there. 4 staff away, buy a bit of space. They are going to take him down though. Tusk is gone and Boxy will follow.
Yeah, actually out of
Talon
position.
fighting back around that timing while Ollie gets shredded by the ghosts and the buybacks. They're starting to flow. Ollie will return to battle in a sec. The overgrowth and Sniper's damage. Mickey,
Oh my god,
he
they
opens
got
up
Mickey
on them.
wow.
23 and a 1v1 against the
came
Sniper
up
is losing out.
Sniper
Zai's
is...
DP, too
Oh shit, he needs a
powerful.
shard, man.
Jabs and
Mickey's
Q, they're
dropping
backing on
low.
Mickey.
Oh my god, Mickey is killing everybody.
Destroys them all.
The sniper.
Hey, Mickey, you're so fine.
You're so
Oh
fine,
my
you blow my
God.
mind.
Mickey,
I wish Mickey had
think
bought
this
the
might
shard,
be it.
man.
This might
But
be
the
the
shard
game,
is actually
Gary.
very good.
Zai and Mickey. In
He's
that
got all
fight,
damage.
soaking up so much, 10,000 damage dealt by Mickey. Like, this is a sniper without Satanic. Imagine when he gets that item, Daedalus, plus a full
they
Mjolnir,
got
and
nothing
also
against the
Brigand's
sniper.
Blade.
They need a hex to kill the sniper.
I started to spit, Gary, for whatever reason.
We've got to stay hydrated. That's where all that liquid's coming from. Another lane of barracks for Liquid themselves, and they move up to top now as well. Seemingly unstoppable. Mega creeps should come. Oh, the glyph is there. Talon holding.
That's the last barrack. Last
अच्छा।
melee barrack standing. We're gonna see
देख
that
ये
fight again.
एक्चुअली ये मजा है
Beautiful counter
प्रो डोटा
initiation
देखने में
from
ना अलग ही
Insania.
मजा है ऐसा लगता है ना
Pops that
कि डोटा इतना अच्छा
overgrowth
खेलते हैं
and
ना
yeah, you see,
अभी यही
Zai
गेम
gets
देख
the top of
कितना अच्छा
Lina,
खेल रहे हैं लोग
plus a sniper.
थोड़े बहुत
She
इधर
just
ये है क्योंकि
disappeared.
ओ
And
टस्क के पास
Sniper
बीके भी
keeps
नहीं है
peeping inside of this living armor. Two of these supports, they just don't have enough damage to take him out.
So much sustain, and the grease from the Zai DP as well, right? When you get lower, you get that bonus coming in. Gorgeous stuff from Liquid.
This is do or die.
23 just wants a straight one-on-one duel. Yeah, see the Lina against the Sniper, but it's not going to happen. Jabs, well, he songed and moved in the pit.
they need to get the arrow man
Roshan is
Oh, he got the
nearly
BKB
dead,
off.
but BKB's up.
Yeah,
Tries to
shit.
fight the jump from the Tusk. Kicking
Wait, who's
Lina
taking
across
Rosh?
the pit.
Oh, we could have got
down,
this.
grabbed by Mikoto. He
But no,
snatched
and the
it,
Lina is
but
dead.
Lina's dead now.
what's
Mikoto
the
there, just
holy
steals
shit
one.
what the
How did he
fuck
DD sniper.
GG, that's where
Did you see that?
Oh, what a beautiful
my God.
execution of the team fights from Team Liquid. Doesn't even smile. He's like, another. Here's the smile in the end. And as you said, gotta stay hydrated.
That Lina and that Voidspit just died in like 1 second.
Warm day here, even past midnight.
Now there are one more game actually. If they win next game, then it's over. Otherwise, there are 2 games.
I want to
left.
see Talon go for
Look
a
at the
different
despair
hero,
face,
so
man.
this
Look
is
at the
extremely
despair.
greedy. If they have an offlaner that can join a fight, this doesn't feel like an offlane hero to me. It feels like you literally have 2 carries. This is something that does happen in pubs where you're like, you gotta roll. One guy rolls, the other guy doesn't want to do it, and then you end up with 2 carries somehow. It seems to be super greedy. It's just you need to delay the game so much, and also having Undying as a 5, so there's a lot to do for Void Spirit and Mirana, and things got very difficult very quickly.
Oh, they did. Like when Liquid had this triple blink timing, you could see, okay, Lina is online in terms of her itemization. She's at a point where she feels strong in a vacuum.
It's only chat emoji because there was this message
Greaves, triple blink,
that was really
3, 4
distracting, so the
heroes that can
moderator
jump on the
cleared the
Lina, and
chat
Sniper's just there going,
and he put this emote on the
not
chat.
moving. Mickey just didn't care in fights.
Zai and Mickey did not die a single time that game.
Wow.
Perfect execution, perfect
So only Nisha
positioning.
was
Zai
dying, and
dominated
Nisha
the
did not
laning
want to buy
stage,
BKB.
both him
If
and
Nisha buys
Boxy
BKB,
managed
they
to
don't
push
really
out
kill
Lina
anybody.
out the lane relatively early on. They got the first tower with the first Exo, second Exo. They moved to a mid lane, kill Alina, smoke from behind. Also, the vision game from Team Liquid has been on point, like setting up this deep vision with either Hoodwink coming out from the trees or Treant Protector. So a lot of that vision does not get dewarded.
Yeah, I mean, Liquid's vision game was absolutely spectacular. Spot on stuff, starting with the lane wards in behind towers. And
see what it can do now. We'll watch international.
Deep jungle wards looking into the enemy triangle to hunt down the Lina. Spot on stuff from Liquid there in game 1. And of course, hopefully more Dota action coming our way as we can go back to the panel to break that game down.
International, the video is gone. Oh, can you?
What more is there to break down the peep, pop? Peep.
Okay, let's see if we can
pop.
watch the international.
Ho ho, ha ha. Sniper.
I like that.
Endpoint of the Sanking stun. So you want
This is OG versus GG.
begin the animation as you're getting glimpses
4
back,
months
but
ago.
you finish the animation after you have returned to the glimpse position. That makes sense. So it's a pretty narrow window. Nicely done from Amar.
And they're going for the kill onto Boom again. The arrows.
Man, he's so tanky. He's so tanky on Boom.
He has to walk away knowing that Boom will likely fall.
I think he survived if he has one teammate there.
They almost didn't have enough in the tank there, but just enough.
Yeah.
Another 100 health on Kunga could have made a huge difference there. Glimpse. Really,
They're still guarding the enemy ancients, and finally they will attempt it. Amar, they have the vision here, obviously, as Gaming Gladiators. We'll see if they try to contest. I mean,
Gaiman they don't really see that much here.
yeah, the axes come out. Got a couple of those, but a lot of these are going the way of Amar.
Oh, he steals the dragon. Tiger's gonna run it for it.
Oh shit.
Coming into
Sad. He got baited by the dragon, man, because the dragon was so
I can tell you with
so low.
100% confidence, I would have done the exact same thing. That was a black dragon with 100 health that Ace took over. He leaps to try to arrow and kill it. It gets soul ripped by Undying, who's randomly there in the fog.
Because that dragon is like 250 gold, so you want to get it because it's like a hero kill.
They're feeling it right now.
This is where their lineup really comes online, and you gotta say, Immortal Faith.
Well, I think they lost this game. Yeah, they made a couple of mistakes, like Ace getting caught. I remember this game. I watched this game. They lost this game because this Ace was getting caught.
Attempting to TP out, but Boom is here, boat and all. They get the Aegis.
You can actually hear the crowd in this one.
Gaming Gladiators looking extremely good now in this game number 3.
Yeah, they also defend their mid tower still. Remember, this tower did get to half health quite a while ago, I believe, and just haven't been able to finish it off. And this is when things can get really scary for a lineup like the Radiant. Naga needs time. She is not ready yet. She has a Manta only. The enemy team has Helm of the Overlord, Tombstone, level 2 only for now, but well, oh, Taiga, leave. That's not a good glimpse, but it's good enough.
It's dealing damage now. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
That's true.
He just wants to get an assist. Wait, did you get an assist back in the day when it didn't do damage?
I think so, yeah. I think it's still counting.
Well, Amar has been in the enemy ancient area for seemingly the last 10 minutes, it feels like.
Yeah.
Very comfortable here.
They actually lose this game at like 21 minutes, where they lose the momentum in Naga because of how they played. Boom also did not go any damage item. So it's like their Invoker and this Naga just come online.
Palm of the Overlord Dragon. It's just too much, right?
I think it is this point only where they lose the game.
What do you do about this one? Immortal Faith.
Immortal Faith.
He gave them maybe too much of a buffer. Maybe should have said 20 minutes.
That's right.
There's the X.
Tier 3 already at half HP. Torrent connects, but they're just doing the damage to the tower right now.
2/3 of it down.
Absolutely.
And did he didn't use Tombstone
Okay, it's very hard.
They still have that for the next wave.
It's very hard to go high ground against Jakiro, Invoker, Sand King, and even Naga. You can always reset with a song.
In the fog, but
yeah, but you
play it safe here.
There's honestly the possibility that you can choose not to care there. There's a pretty big difference between OG's lineup in this game and the previous in game 1 when they had the Monkey King.
The Moonlight Shadow coming out. Boat is coming though. Looks like Kaiga's gonna be the recipient of that again, and 2 supports likely to fall right off the bat for OG. 5v3 advantage. Tofu, never mind.
Yeah, Tofu was caught up there.
Now Yuragi's gonna be found out though. This will be a
he gets the song off.
Ends up resetting for OG. This should open up Gaming Gladiator's way to just push down the mid lane potentially, but Amar is thinking the same thing. Takes out the next wave.
Yep. Managed to cut that. This is pretty crucial for him, buying that time. I think if he doesn't do that, that tower's gone. So, good job there.
This is not the same GG, only Boom is replaced from this team. Boom is replaced by Quinn, so I think he won yesterday's game. I saw that game. It was GG versus Astra. So Astra was way too passive in the first game. In the second game, they were active, but then the task actually choked and they died, and they lost the game.
2 minutes on the Aegis still. Macropyre's there. Arrow connects. Can they get the first life from Duraccio? He's gonna get soul ripped back to a respectable amount of HP. And looks like they might just be setting their sights on the tier 2 mid instead here.
Yep. And in the meantime, BZM solos the bot tier 2 towers Invoker, opening up outpost possibilities.
Oh, that arrow. Could not go anywhere. Doesn't matter though. And remember, coming into this series, I believe the stat was in the last year or so, was it 17-4?
Yes.
OG's favor.
Yeah.
Is that series or games?
Games.
That is absurd. And now we're on game number 3, brink of elimination for each team.
This would be the right time for Gaming Gladiators to finally get a win again.
Right, we talked about it before game 1. That's a lot of learning opportunities.
Yeah,
every loss is a learning opportunity for sure. And with only a minute left on the Aegis, not sure if they can go for the last tier 2. We'll see how Game can play this.
Might want to burn it top. Like, I think you really...
To get that tier 3?
Yeah, I think you take the risk here. Okay, maybe not mid.
Oh, the initiation on Ace.
Oh shit. He's got... This is the mistake that I was talking about. Ace got caught there. So they made the Requiem also there. They got the Mirana kill, but it's not enough. And now this guy gets the kill on this support. So, look at this. This is where they lost the game. They lost the momentum here.
Trying to stand his ground. He gets a double kill for himself now, but the BKB has run out. The song connects along with the
Jakiro is very strong, man.
Torrent to try to slow this down, but Duraccio looks to be completely surrounded, and he's going to be brought down by OG. Tofu somehow lives, despite basically being the one initiated on his boom. He's going to get tornadoed. Now blocked up by BZM. Doesn't look like they have much more catch to follow, though.
That is honestly the dream for OG, the way that played out. They kill Beast
Okay, now actually they lost the game.
At no cost. Like, that is...
Okay,
Ace just being a bit out of position.
His dad is TI.
This interview will never be aired.
Oh my god. And it actually aired. Because they say it, and they do it. This DP, man, they need to do something of this Grievous now. Grievous plus DP is so strong. shit, he's got no lip. Dash needs a BKB here, man. Dash can't do without a BKB. I mean, he got 4-star there, but you can see how much damage they put. And this sniper is just hammering this Lina. Look at this. Sniper versus Lina, and sniper is fucking Lina. 1v1 that too. And sniper is just a beast here. Now look at this, how fast this guy dies. And that ward spray just died in like less than 1 second, man. Less than 1 second. Because this sniper had a DD and he got all crits on him. He's just raping everybody. Look at this void. See? He died in less than 1 second there. Okay, let's experiment this. Okay, there's double sound. I'm not sure if I'm here or something, but there's double sound coming right now. Oh wait, I'm confused right now. No, I need to remove, man. This is not good. God, I don't know what the fuck was happening there. It's like very confusing to use OBS sometimes. Another 1 minute, man. What you can do? You can go to Kandalim and you can search. Where's the map? Okay, first the map is there. You can actually roam there. Like, you can actually go to a street view. But why is the map like this? Okay. Chocolate, this one, cafe Kandarin, okay. So you go with this road, you go to this place. So I'll tell you the beach road. It is not the beach road. This is, I think this is the beach road. Yeah, this is the beach. No, this is not the beach road. Wait. I think this is the one. Wait. So you come like this from here. Go. No, it's actually a straight road to the beach. Okay, this is that road. How you can this side see this one? There was a way you can actually side see this. Okay, this is that way. No, this is just a picture. Wait for almost. Browse TP images.
Welcome one and all. We are here for the final draft panel.
Oh,
We just
the
saw a beautiful panel as well. You know, they're preparing for the game and
Let's
making
see what
sure
is
that they're as
happening.
ready for this last game as humanly possible. It's in the last series, but potentially not the last game, as Team Liquid still take on Talon Esports. Game number 2 about to come up. Winter, are you hype? Are you warmed up for this? It's late at night, you know, it's a bit chilly outside, so you got to warm yourself up with some Dota, man.
Please, no more Naga.
I don't want to see Makoto having to be the sacrificial lamb. That was so sad. He has his 2 cores just farming, and he's just like, I got to try to do some shit, and he's just bottom of net worth, constantly trying to make things happen.
Please, no more
Liquid just plays too clean versus these type of greedy drafts. I don't want to see Makoto having to be the sacrificial lamb.
Regrettably,
that
it is
was
a hero
so
like the
sad.
Voice as well. It's
He
not
has
like
his
he's
2
playing
cores
like
just
some
farming,
Ember,
and he's
some
just like, I got to
Pangolier
try
in
to
the
do
mid
some
lane.
shit.
Even
and
a
he's
Bat
just
Rider, it's like
bottom of net
Voice
worth,
Spirit. If the
constantly
first
trying
10
to make
minutes
things
don't work
happen.
out for you, if that first
Liquid
rotation
just plays
goes
too
south,
clean versus these
not
type
only
of
is the
greedy
game much
drafts. I
harder,
feel
but the
like.
first
I don't think
rotation
you can
comes
get
to
away with
him,
something like
he
this.
dies.
why are they
Game
doing
regrettably
this?
it is a hero like the
Point?
Voice Spirit as
We're
well. It's not
hoping
like
that
he's playing
Talon
like some
Esports can
Ember,
get
some
something a little bit
Pangolier
more.
in the mid lane. Even a Bat Rider, it's like, it's Voice Spirit. If the first 10 minutes don't work out for you, if that first rotation goes south, not only is the game much harder, but the first rotation comes to him, he dies. Game feels impossible from that point. We're hoping that Talon Esports can get something a little bit more, let's just say something that's allowed
they get
to be
Bat Rider
dynamic in the mid
first?
game and not just extreme.
I mean, Task needs some
dependent
nerf,
on the early
man.
game.
Task
So
is
let's see
very
how
good
things
in
go
the
in the
lane.
second draft. Talon
It's
had
like a
access to
walking
the second pick.
1
They
can
got
nuke
themselves a
damage
Tusk
hero
and a Death
every
Prophet.
10
They could not
seconds.
get access to the DP tree combination because Tree and Protector stolen by Team Liquid. Bat Rider on the 8th pick. Winter, you and I have actually spoken about this off panel. 8th pick Bat Rider. How do you feel about this in this particular draft? I know you're generally a fan.
Yeah, I'm generally a fan of picking a hero that can be a win condition on pick number 8. And I feel like for Talon, they have to try to. I think they're gonna pick like some Omni, something.
Come on, man, don't nerf the Bat Rider
They
now,
did
man.
pick Omni
Please
at,
don't pick it in the
one
first
or
place,
two
at least,
games.
because the Bat
They
Rider
like the
sucks
hero.
right now.
And it's very difficult for DP to play in the game against Bat Rider if you don't have a safe, you know. Oracle kind of sucks. I know Liquid made it work one game. That one game.
How
There
about
is
a Bat
LC,
now,
man.
Bob? If you
Why are
sort
they
of
not
agree,
picking
like, you
LC
were
in the pro
affirming this
pop
idea
games?
of having some kind of heal to try and deal with
Sorry,
the
in
Bat
the
Rider,
pro
some
games.
kind of dispel rather, and heal with the Death Prophet
Yeah.
is very strong.
I'm
How do
cool
you feel
with
about
either.
Abaddon?
I'm cool with either, honestly. I mean, maybe it's a little bit more limited. I don't know. Abaddon's not really the greatest hero, and it's
against Tree
it's
too.
okay.
Like,
It can work with versus both pretty nicely. So I mean, I can see it. It could work.
Something-
However, I think no matter what happens, I'm just going to be looking at how they play the lanes. I think Talon just cannot, even if they're not going to pick greedy type of like style, they just can't lose this like safe lane. Like 23, just what 0 and 5 or something like that early game.
It has happened before to them. Like during one of the games, who was it? They drafted I think it was against Tundra. They drafted Ricky and Drow, and they lost against a Monkey King Doom.
Oh yes,
like,
yes,
they
yes, yeah.
died like 4 times in 4 minutes.
The game was over at minute 2.
Yeah,
actually.
it was crazy.
It was a level 6 Doom versus a level 2.5 Drow.
Yeah,
I've
like
actually
some
never
10K
seen
net
this
worth
shit.
or something. 15 minutes into the game, it was ridiculous.
It was absurd.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, you guys might find their heroes greedy, but they have been always drafting heroes like this, even during DPC. It's something normal to them. But we've also had a discussion where sometimes if your strategy works against the middle tier team, it doesn't mean that strategy is a very good strategy. You know, you can see like against Liquid, they cannot get away with the greed. And like overall, I felt like the only way they could have won, or at least have a chance of winning that game, is if the lanes go well.
Yeah.
They have to go like pretty much immaculately, and it's a little bit difficult to have immaculate lanes up against a side
They're
of Team
banning
Liquid.
Naga, man.
One thing I find very intriguing about the second ban phase here from Team Liquid is
They
the fact
banned
that
Naga,
they
they
still
banned
opted to remove the
Mikado's
Naga side,
this, and they
despite
banned 23
resoundingly
Slag.
leading it in game number 1.
The
They still
Slag
feel
is
like
like
one of the
very
better
annoying
aspects
against
that came
Bad
from the side
Rider.
of Talon. It's the only hero involved in game
It
1.
just fucks
Lina's
up
like
lanes
whatever,
out.
right? But the fact that they banned this Naga side, what do you make of this?
They're probably just still looking
The
at
band
that
to
could be
make him
potentially like that
offlane?
Naga side
This
carry in this
Zai
instance.
Step
Sure, Jab played carry from the offlane in the
And
last
the
game,
band
but something maybe
SD.
that they will just don't want to
The
play.
band is okay. The band is because they wanted to pick Omni-Knight because SD counters the Omni-Knight very
I
hard.
feel like sometimes
Because he removes
when
this.
they lose, it's always a
He removes Guardian Angel. He removes
putting
the.
jabs on the win condition, and the
What
draft
is that?
it becomes way too greedy for the whole setup to handle. That's why I
Something it
feel
starts
like
with Grievous, right?
they need to find a balance
No,
with
what
that
is that
line.
name?
The line is very, very crucial. If they go over the line,
What is
the
the
game
spell
is
name?
like over. If they don't go enough, then the game is hard.
Yeah, Heavenly Grace.
So
sorry,
they banned
Heavenly
Morph,
Grace.
Snap, Shadow Demon. So they banned the SD to protect this Omni, but they kind of maybe forgot about the Rubik. Because now Rubik, he's
Against
got
Omni.
free
Yeah.
Omni spells constantly to buff up his cores, which always feels pretty bad.
And these are not cores that Talon want to have buffed up whatsoever, especially now that they've gotten those drama.
I mean, you don't want to play Omni
One thing that I
versus
find very
Rubik,
intriguing
that's
about
why.
like the two different styles of these two teams
Omni is
that
good
Talon,
against
at the
bad,
very beginning of the
because you can
tournament,
always
they were
dispel with
a
the
bit
Heavenly
more
Grace, the lasso.
Traditional, like always trying
So
to pick
you got like
hero
two
at the very end.
dispels.
As time went on, they started
DP is
adapting.
gonna
Okay, let's
have
try to put
one
jab in the
dispel
win condition.
because
First
his
of all, with
game
Team Liquid,
still making
it's still all
grievances.
over the place, right?
Yeah.
Nisha and
And
Mike
Task,
share
if
the
Task
same
is
amount
mid,
of
Task
heroes
does
to
not
pick up
really
the
care
last
too much
phase.
of bad
It's like,
rider
what,
because
7
Task
assets,
got
I think, at this
snowball.
point in time? They
So
just
he's
do
got
whatever they
like
want.
4 seconds in one
Very
number
easy
day,
to
so
drop,
and then
but
Sticky Napalm duration like 6 seconds. So they're like 2 second downside something. Yeah, you can actually save yourself from the Sticky Napalm spams.
We are first pick on the 8 pick is the wing.
And then Void is really good against bad. Okay. Void just destroys bad without the BKB bad. Because this Void second spell just stops bad rider from playing Dota.
That allow you to succeed
Time
in
dilation.
the portions of the draft.
Ooh, Void versus the Drow. How do you feel about this matchup? I tend to favor the Drow quite a lot. Yeah.
But it makes sense with their heroes. It makes sense with the DP. The time dilation is very good against the Bear Rider.
Yep.
I am worried though about their damage output from the side of Talon. Like in the early game, all their damage comes from the Death Prophet, right? And even when they get the early Chronospheres, unless the Death Prophet is like right next to the target inside of the bubble, they actually can't kill them. Like,
they're gonna
whatsoever.
need like some Koto or QOP kind of hero to do the damage.
I think
into the
Quap is the one. I mean, Liquid's gonna ban Queen. That's the one I'm looking at.
that's-
Makoto's played it too many times, and it's just the Bat Rider counter.
If there's no Queen,
Like Zeus and Queen are the two
Zeus,
that I'm looking
Zeus
at.
is like a good replacement for that.
I could see both of those heroes. Right now for Team Liquid though, what's missing for
Team
them
Liquid
here?
need a
So they have
Zai
something
hero,
to catch
Zai.
already with the Fat
So-
Rider, they have the Stream Protector obviously for the lane.
So what's
and for some
very
team
good
fight as
against?
well.
I think they should
What
pick
niche
Underlord
what
against
checkbox is
this.
left?
Because Underlord destroys Void, it destroys Omni Knight. It is not good against DP because DP just doesn't care for Underlord that much.
Mars, the Centaur.
I think they should try. And the Underlord is also good against Task because of the root.
There's Underlord, there's
Yeah. See, mentioned in Underlord. You need Underlord, man.
Rare to see it.
I mean,
Zai last
Beastmaster is
pick.
not exactly a frontline. Oh, it's banned.
It's gone.
I think Zai needs to get Underlord.
Underlord.
You like you like Underlord?
Yeah.
I'm just
Underlord
trying to
is
think
pretty
of
good.
Aura carriers. Aura carrier frontliners. So Darkseer, Underlord.
Yeah. The lane's like
Darkseer is not that good because
Maybe
there's
Darkseer
DP.
could just work. I mean, I'm fine with
Void.
either. I think
Darkseer does not
Underlord
really
gives them
care.
some like easier forms of like this type of catch with the pit versus this, but maybe it's just not really so great in the game because it can just get ran down by DP. But
Darkseer would probably be fine here. I would like to see the Darkseer. They have played it in the past, but Zai can just play whatever he wants right now, honestly. And it does feel like you said, Winter, against two melee heroes, makes it a lot easier to play as well. And
They go for the
Doom.
Doom.
Actually really
this
good.
is
This is an
phenomenal.
amazing Doom game.
Yeah, this is great.
That's even better for the lane. Like it crushes the Void Omni lane.
Great for the lane, great for the overall game. This is also like a little bit of just in case. If just in case things do go bad and things go later stage, they do have late game coverage now across the board too. Liquid's draft hits all timings. Early game, mid game, late game. Talon.
Damage. They need
damage, yep.
Ember Spirit.
Oh, they got Ember.
Ember into Doom. This is a little bit brave. It's possible. We have actually seen Ember Spirit being able to outpace the Doombringer, but I don't know. One thing that really worries me about this draft fog when I look at it from the side of Talon is the fact that at any given time, who makes the jumps, right? Who actually starts those fights and succeeds at being able to kill heroes before Doom comes out, before a Lasso comes out, before the Overgrowth comes out? Talk to me about what their early game should look like to allow them to progress very quickly.
I mean, even before that, the lanes are gonna be
Yeah,
the lanes are gonna be very hard.
I'm looking for good news, Winter. I'm looking for good news.
Good news is Makoto's playing a better Spirit.
Uh-huh.
So he can do more. However, bad news is that it feels like a harder Spirit game this time by a long shot.
But the lane should be fine though. I've seen a lot of Embers actually do pretty well against the Bear Rider, so he should be able to survive the early game. The DP toss against the Rubik Drow should also do. I think both the silence should do pretty.
Rubik's
Rubik's bottom,
right?
Rubik's bottom is Rubik Doom against the Omni Void and the And it's the tree and the draw. Oh, that lane is actually not
Now
that easy.
Sentry Wards की बात कर रहे हैं ना तू
Doom Rubik versus that Doom free farms. So Doom free Midas.
Sentry Wards.
Alright, so sounding like Fog
तू
is
buy करना चाहता है ना?
2-0 here, unless you've got some further good news to bring to us. These are your people here, Winter.
It's better than the last game.
It's better than the last game.
It's better than the last game. I feel like they have a lot more options in the game. They are less greedy, and I can see them like if they do decent in the lane, they can survive. They can hit some timing with the DP, the mech, and then they group up with the Ember, and they get some couple of good fights and take the map, get Roche.
Okay. Will they be able to? One thing that Talon does really, really well is fight quite often across the map. And like you guys are mentioning, they have a better capability of doing that from a better mid laner. They actually have some way to take down towers now in a fairly easy fashion with this Death Prophet. And of course, they have a little bit more solidified lanes. But it is still Team Liquid. It is still a very comfortable draw for the side of Team Liquid. And it is still one of these games where Liquid already on the front foot might have potentially figured out exactly what Talon is up to.
ये सेंट्रीज तो बाय करता है ना इधर 50 गोल्ड है %.
Many surprises have
तो
already
बाय किया अगर समझ ये देख ये वार्ड है ना तो इधर प्लांट कर इधर बीच में प्लांट कर क्योंकि
we could get a game 3 or Team Liquid could just find themselves easily in the top 6 and competing potentially for a berth in the upper bracket lineup.
प्लांट करना इधर बाय किया इधर प्लेस किया ना तो इधर प्लेस किया तो तुझे ये विजन दिखेगा
Gentlemen, take it away.
ये विजन दिखेगा और ये भी दिखेगा तो इधर तू डिवॉर्ड कर सकता है मतलब तू उसको मार सकता है समझा दो मैडम होता है जैसे वॉर्ड दिखते हैं हाँ सेंट्री उसको सेंट्री बोलते हैं इसको देख सेंट्री वॉर्ड बोलते हैं इधर होता है तो तू जब तू बाय इधर शॉप पे क्लिक करता है ना ये तेरा शॉप है ओके इधर क्लिक करके तू ये बाय कर सकता है इधर ये 50 गोल्ड है पर सेंट्री तो इधर ये प्लेस करके ये वॉर्ड है डिवॉर्ड कर सकता है बने एनिमी टीम के वॉर्ड भी है देखिए
previous game where like
तो ये देख इधर भी है देख ये सेंट्री है ना इसको प्रोटेक्ट कर रहा है कि ये डिवॉर्ड नहीं हो सकता अगर किसी ने सेंट्री इधर प्लेस किया तो ये सेंट्री उसको दिखाएगा क्योंकि उसका विजन ऐसा है और ऑल्ट प्रेस कर ठीक है तूने अगर ऑल्ट प्रेस किया ना तो इसका रेडियस दिखता है फिलहाल अभी दिख रहा नहीं क्यों पता नहीं मुझे क्योंकि शायद मैंने प्लेस नहीं किया ना सेंट्री इसलिए दिख रहा नहीं हो अगर तू खुद प्लेस कर दे ना तो इसका एक सर्कल दिखता है ऐसा इतना एरिया में ये आता है तो एक इसका रेडियस रहता है देख इसका रेडियस ना 900 रेडियस है इसका दो और उसका प्लेसमेंट रेंज है 500 मतलब कास्ट रेंज रहता है ना अभी तेरा हीरो इधर है तो इधर से तो 500 रेंज इधर तक प्लांट कर सकता है समझा दो तो ये इधर 50 गोल्ड से बाय कर सकता है तो शॉप पे ठीक है और तेरा बाय बटन रख अगर तू सीएस को खेलता है ना तो तू बी दबा के बाय करता है ना तो वैसे ही इधर डोटा 2 में बी का ऑप्शन रख शॉप के लिए अच्छा पड़ेगा तुझे समझा ना तू
melee mid laners, but this matchup, you'd be surprised how well Ember Spirit can do.
Yeah, because it's I don't want to say it's similar to the Puck matchup, but Ember Spirit's going to get the blights, the like Orb of Corrosion, be able to kind of chip away with the Sleight of Fist.
There are a couple of heroes that work out well in the mid lane against Queen of Pain. Against the Batrider, the first one's obviously Queen of Pain.
अच्छा वो जैम है वो जैम ऑफ ट्रू साइट है.
Some people do pick Slark. I think Ember Spirit.
वो ये जैम ऑफ ट्रू साइट ये वाला आइटम इसको 900 गोल्ड पड़ता है.
They're not counters, they're not lane matchup.
ये वो आइटम जैम ऑफ ट्रू साइट इसको 900 गोल्ड पड़ता है. ये इसका भी रेडियस है इसका रेडियस 900 है और ये तो ऐसा मतलब अब ये आइटम क्लिक किया ना रुक मैं डेमो मोड पे दिखाता हूँ तुझे शॉप के लिए मैं बी बटन यूज करता हूँ तो CS गो में तो CS में बी ऑप्शन था ना बाय के लिए इसलिए मैं ये देख मैं दिखाता हूँ देखो जस्ट लेका चलो ओके रुको ये देख दिखाता हूँ तो बी दबाया मैंने बाय किया आइटम अभी मेरा बटन स्पेस है तो मैं स्पेस पे देख तो ये देख ये इतना एरिया रिवील करेगा तेरे को हाई ग्राउंड पे समझा दो अभी हाई ग्राउंड वार्ड्स होते हैं ना इधर तो हाई ग्राउंड नहीं है तो अभी हाई ग्राउंड होता है ना अभी देखा है ना तुमने लास्ट से मैं दिखा रहा था समझ गया ना तो हाई ग्राउंड वार्ड्स के लिए तू वो यूज कर सकता है नहीं तो तुझे वैसे भी तेरा 900 रेडियस रहता है ना उस पे तू दिखता है तेरा वार्ड ये देख, तो ये सब हाई ग्राउंड वर्ड्स के लिए वो यूज करता है, वो स्पेस बटन था ना, तो इधर ऐसे, क्योंकि तुझे दिखता नहीं, अगर तू नॉर्मली यूज करता है ना तो तुझे दिखता है, क्योंकि वो तेरा लो ग्राउंड तेरा विजन रहता है। देख फिर से दिखा दो, उसमें अभी डेमो मोड में ना हाई ग्राउंड नहीं है, तो इसलिए मैं तुझे नहीं दिखा सकता उधर, लेकिन मैं तुझे ऐसा सेंट्री वो डायरेक्ट दिखता है ना, तुझे पता है। तो मैंने जैम बाय किया, एक एनिमी भी लिया, और एनिमी सेंट्री और ऑप्स बाय कर रहा है, तो ये देख। तो अभी मुझे दिख रहा नहीं क्योंकि मैं रेडियस में नहीं हूँ, इसका 900 रेडियस होता है, तो मैं थोड़ा देख देख थोड़ा एक गया नजदीक तो मुझे दिख रहा है, क्योंकि वो रेडियस मेरा बढ़ रहा है, क्योंकि 900 रेडियस है। ये अभी जो दिखा रहा है ना सर्कल, वो कास्ट रेंज है उसका, तो मैं इतना कास्ट रेंज में देख इसको यूज कर सकता। अगर मुझे इसके बाहर यूज करना है तो ये देख, ये ग्रीन लाइन दिख रहा है ना, तो इसके बाहर में जाना है तो मेरा हीरो मूव करेगा, देख देखा। तो ये इसका 900 रेडियस रहता है, तो तू ऐसा गया तो दिखता है तुझे, ठीक है। चलो गेम देखते हैं यार, ये गेम देखना है। ओ पॉज चल रहा है, चलो फिर ठीक है, मुझे और कुछ बताया ना तो बोल दे अभी, समझा ना। तो ये जो यूज करते हैं ना, ये मोस्टली हाई ग्राउंड के लिए यूज कर सकते हैं, नहीं तो ये देख इधर दिखता नहीं, देख तो मैं इधर देख सकता हूँ कि इधर क्या है, क्योंकि ये जैम का ये कास्ट रेंज है, ठीक है। तो अभी मुझे इधर समझ विजन नहीं है, तो मैं इसको यूज कर सकता हूँ इधर विजन पाने के लिए। तो इधर कोई हीरो भी हाइड कर रहा है ना, तो मैं उसे देख सकता हूँ। देख अभी ये हीरो है, देख इसको मैं ब्लिंक डैगर देता हूँ, सो ये इधर हाइड कर, नहीं इधर नहीं जा रहा है एक्चुअली। ये रिचार्ज क्यों हो रहा है फिर से? नहीं इधर नहीं जा सकते। हाँ हाँ ओके, ये गया उधर, ठीक है। अब ये देख मैं इधर जैम यूज कर रहा हूँ, फिर इससे दिख गया मुझे ये हीरो इधर हाइड कर रहा है, समझ गया ना। तो ऐसे तो यूज कर सकता है जैम ऑफ ट्रू साइड को। तो इसका ये देख विजन दिख रहा है अभी, न तो हीरो नहीं दिख रहा है क्योंकि ये पीछे है इसका, समझा ना। तो शॉप का शॉर्टकट कैसे यूज होगा, तू इधर जाना है, देख हॉटकेज में जा, परचेस क्विक बाय। ये परचेस क्विक बाय मतलब वो इधर मैं जब कौन सा भी आइटम अभी ये करता हूँ ना, तो ये वाला आइटम परचेस क्विक बाय है इधर, तो मैं भी दबाया तो डायरेक्ट आ गया भी, ठीक है। और शॉप का बटन अंदर एक था, शॉप ओपन शॉप बटन है, देख इधर है। तो हॉटकेज में जा, इसमें जा एडवांस हॉटकेज में जा, शॉप ओपन शॉप बटन बी, ठीक है। उधर तो सेट कर सकता है। चलो अभी गेम देखते हैं। फिर भी पॉज है यार,
right clicker.
कितना देर पॉज।
Like I'd say thing we should not talk about often when you have another range hero that gets in. Like I think one of my favorite pairings is of course Drow Ranger plus that Prophet, because this hero does need armor to, like especially in the mid game fights where you don't like
इसका मजा देगा
different items, maybe Kaya Sanj, maybe a BKB, Yule Scepter, so you don't buy plate mail relatively early on. So
शॉप का हॉटकेज तुझे एक्चुअली बहुत इजी है, क्योंकि बी पे अगर तुझे आदत है सीएस भी खेलने की, तो तुझे बी पे बहुत यूजफुल है, और जल्दी जल्दी शॉप ओपन होता है ना, तो अच्छा पड़ता है।
She farms pretty quickly and she outputs an awful lot
Pause
of
बहुत देर
damage.
तक है।
So you've got the control from Bat,
कब से पॉज है?
Rubik, and that Treant. Give a lot of space.
दोनों
there
टीम
to
स्मोक है,
Also
दोनों टीम को वॉच प्लेस करने हैं मिड पे।
Yesterday
technically, but when we started it, it was 28, so his 23rd birthday. Hope he's having a good one.
Honestly, I'm really impressed.
He would definitely love to get a W here. That's the best.
It's actually 141 in Peru.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, they were proud to get into
so they are playing in the
as
night.
should be.
They are playing tomorrow
against Western European
just today right now.
Team Liquid would absolutely be a monumental achievement for any team.
Nisha spamming wait.
Well, that's what we are doing.
He does not want to start.
That's what we're up to.
And
you want to come and join us, Blitz?
Like
you want
to tell us something about the draft?
Oh, he's coming. I'll give him mine. Okay, thank you.
Welcome, Blitz.
What's up in the house?
How's it going? You guys feeling comfortable about the draft?
Oh, I have to go, apparently, you know. Keep it strong, guys.
All right, that was quick. We did not want to hear too much from Blitz. Didn't have anything smart to say, so we're back to me and Garrett.
Back to us. Yeah, definitely looking forward to this one. Of course, the classic. Everybody all smoked up and ready and waiting to go. Anisha's still spamming out.
Nisha loves to wait. He's one of those guys that, you know, comes at the train station and just waits for a train. And then when they ask him if he wants to board it, he's like, nah, I'm waiting for another one. I don't want to hop in.
My specific train. I need this exact model number.
Oh shit, this game is taking too long, man.
Yeah, definitely looks like Talon have a lot of options when they come out that laning stage. I'm definitely looking towards this DP to create that pressure in that off lane. Maybe look for that early tower take.
Go. Okay, finally the game is starting.
Seems like teams are ready to go. And
yes,
we'll give it an applause. Q as well.
Get ourselves underway for game 2. And Talon looking to tie
use
things
mana,
up
get a
potentially.
kill. Dota is so easy actually. Yeah, it is actually that easy. Just use mana, get
Jays
kill.
are already coming out. And do they spot that ward? Around that bottom rune spot in the mid lane. Not entirely sure. Saw some pings coming out there. So potential for an early D ward as well. And Mikoto dancing around in that mid spot. Already has his stick up against the Batrider, as is natural. The little spins. Just eyeing each other up across the river near that staircase.
Team Liquid, they're bringing in numbers. Everybody's close to the river. They would definitely love to take a fight, especially with the Batrider and Treant Protector. Doom doesn't really provide you with much, especially, you know these Doom players, they want to get that Devour.
Yeah, the punches come around that top rune. Q down to half health.
He's almost dead,
slow
man.
him.
Yeah, just 200
a lot of damage there, even though
he got Wraith Band on this 4 tusk, by the way.
Withstand it.
That is how much valuable that item
both
is
these
right
supports taking a lot of early damage here. Going to be burning through that regen at a very drastic rate.
They're picking out where the potential ward is. Nisha did get a couple of tower hits. Should reveal it. Let's see who decides to buy a sentry. It's going to be Boxy, bringing it with the courier. For now, we'll deward it later. So we talked about this bottom lane, but now back to top lane. They cut down the trees. It's going to be a lot of harassment. You know,
Yeah.
Mickey going to keep the distance.
Keeps the frost on them.
Drow Rangers should be fine. I don't think Drow Rangers should die in this lane. You know, it's a very strong lane. Death Prophet plus Tusk, but then again, you have Treant Protector with you. You have this sustain. You're playing position 5-3, and so you were going to put a point in the living armor early on.
The deforestation in that top lane. It's going to be irritating for Insania, but he'll find his way to play around it, no worries. And down in this bottom spot, 23 having that battle with Boxy. Does secure the range creep nicely with a Fade Bolt. It's going to be a rough one, though. Like the panel you were saying, Zai's going to get that pretty quick hand of Midas. No one's going to be pressuring the Doom. And Boxy has pretty much free reign here as the only ranged hero in the lane. Just to do what he's doing, keep right-clicking the Faceless Void over and over again.
Looking at the mid matchup, we talked about it. Ember Spirit doing well, 7-1 compared to Batrider's 5-1. So putting a point in Searing Chains early on to be able to stop Batrider from using the Firefly, which he doesn't even have at the moment.
Right, waiting to see what's up as jabs up at top. Oh, those punches are heavy from Insania and Mickey, but Spirit Siphon keeps
one more
him
kill.
topped up.
One more hit actually. If he had boats, he would have got a kill.
It's way too much harassment, both Mickey and Insania. Every single time they get close, Mickey with the frost arrows keeping that harassment. Luckily for Jabs, he did have a healing salve of his own, knows what he's playing into this lane, so needs to keep that sustained. If you're at half HP, you know that they're going to be playing very aggressive. This bottom lane already feeling that they're going to struggle. 10, 11 CS now on Zai, completely uncontested when it comes to farming, and also
it's a free game.
It's like they can't kill him. This hero is just way too tanky. Does have a speed aura. Not the best creep to get, but it's something.
It's a nice icon, isn't it? Little goblet.
Yeah, really.
Not sure if it's blood or wine. It's giving Zai a good time. Insane, just playing that bodyguard role in the top lane, making sure no one can get near Mickey. Talon still doing decently across the lanes, but again, Liquid showing their utter dominance.
Bad Red is on top right now.
CS chart all across the board.
Liquid are winning the lanes. Void is really bad.
Boxy,
like
with the boots, is able just to go forward, hit them.
He's getting a lot of arrows, but he's got Omninate behind him, so it's fine.
You could deny from 23.
They can't really dive this spot because this guy got...
He's trying his best using Hammer of Purity, but it's not enough. Interesting build from Insania, deciding to go for point in his Q instead of putting a point in Living Armor. So I guess they feel like they can get stuff done. They can be the one putting the pressure, having that extra slow might give them a kill.
Zoning Q out of that top lane, needs some good shards there to block the approach of Insania. They've run out of regen though, it looks like. Jabs, half HP, evacuating.
Nisha making a move on a mid lane.
Oh shit, Nisha is dead.
Goes over the top, but the chains are there, and Mikoto getting first blood under tower. And there's the matchup in that 1v1 against the Batrider.
2 points in Searing Chains. This is pretty similar to what you said, the matchup with the Storm Spirit, where you like dive as a Batrider, get pulled with the second ability into Remnant, and Ember Spirit surviving at this one. Off to a great start, I would say.
Yeah, spectacular. While Q at top.
That should not have happened in the mid lane. Nisha just way too aggressive. And he did not calculate that he got the chains.
With the gold. But yeah, Nisha.
He took a lot of tower damage there.
Ember Spirit, not expecting that.
No, Nisha's gonna be level 5 and Ember's gonna be level 6. So there's no kill threat of Batrider on this Ember again. So now that is actually huge. You know, that is way too huge.
Regened up. Not sure if he'll be able to get to the water in top because Nisha will be safeguarding now for himself.
Ember Spirit will hit level 6 before Batrider because of that solo kill. So I want to see a rotation from Tusk, potentially getting another kill on a mid lane.
Yeah.
This is how you stomp a mid lane, and if you can stop Nisha. Mikoto, he's already level 6. Batrider, level 5.
Yeah, so he is. This is going to give that
Ember Spirit like the huge difference.
To keep himself regen by going back to Fountain. Well, up at the top, Insania taking a lot of damage from the Spirit Siphons, but he's in the tree line. They can't keep vision on him.
I've seen Insania do this move so many times when he plays Treant Protector. Gets in, baits a couple of spells, gets out of trouble, pops a stick, and then Mickey is getting the farm.
Yeah, DP's wasting all of her charges on Spirit Siphon, so can't continue to play aggressively as she'd want to. They are keeping 23 Savage in a decent spot bottom, though, with his Heavenly Grace. Makes him incredibly tanky. But now that
Nisha can never kill that guy again now.
Time walk off cooldown in a second.
It's very hard.
But he can't jump away. He gets off behind the trees. Fights Boxy now. And the
oh my god.
There. He gets the kill, but the Doom.
Zai is gonna get the kill. Oh, okay. Zai will get the kill.
Of his guitar.
That actually worth for Zai a lot.
A big old axe.
It's also worth for Rubik because Zai has got a lot of levels now.
And this is the rotation I was talking
about. It's a solo kill
now. Making a move on a mid lane, securing the rune for Mikoto, who, as we said, was off to a great start getting that solo kill, now has regeneration. So Boxy needs to help out the mid lane. TP's there, refills the bottle. Drow Ranger getting very close to level 6. Once you hit that level 6, it's going to be a lot of kill threat on both of these heroes. Zai opted to go for mana boots in this lane.
Wait,
mana
what?
Sustain, especially with
just now Mickey was behind him, man.
Mickey has raindrops as well. He's incredibly tanky on this Drow, so they'll turn and fight. With the Ember Spirit arriving, though, Mickey, looking a little worse for wear now. Q and Mikoto surround the Drow. They'll get on top of her as well with a Remnant.
They
do.
This is all happening because Batrider died solo to me.
But Mikoto will pick up the double kill, clean up that top lane, and have a great start on this Ember Spirit.
Hey, look at this, Nisha. This is Nisha, by the way.
Enable Mikoto, something
oh my god, the camera actually changed.
He was supposed to play this sacrificial mid, but this time around he can do whatever he wants pretty much. 7,000 gold saved out.
Yo, Zai, this is Zai. They have messed the camera, man.
Doom gets level 6, immediately popped.
Onto the Faceless Wall with their head. Half HP, Boxy lifts him up. Looks pretty dead. Q can maybe come in with a snowball save by the time. Heavenly Grace can come as well to heal him up. The purification
he's fine, man.
Zai turned on now. With a tag team, slow to a crawl, time dilation too, but he's got living armor. From across the map, the Savior will keep Zai in fighting shape. But that was the Doom reveal, and 23 Savage, very thankful he has 2 saving supports on his team.
Yeah, not just that, you will have that Prophet. I want to see what the build is going to be. I mean, it's an all mid lane.
Nisha, it looks like he's in a bit of trouble here. Mikoto and Jabs diving tower. Nisha very low, pops his stick, but the final grip sword takes him out of the game.
That really hurt him, man, in the mid lane. I swear, he should have not died. Because that death in the mid lane just fucked his whole game right now.
They really do, but what I'm seeing on top of the screen, it was a 2k gold lead while they were still making that dive. I mean, it does get inflated considering that Doom is having a really good time in this bottom lane. 2 points in Devour, so
that draw is
still not
palm, man. Draw is spoken at 8 minutes. That's like a 10-minute network, dude. It's like 2 minutes only. The draw is way too farm.
Real well for them.
Doom is okay because Doom got that first kill to pump.
23
but draw being so much farm is like too much.
That's another
kill.
Both
supports coming, it is. Get 23
I did not even bother to use the magic stick there.
First,
he had the magic stick.
That chronosphere.
Like, I'm not gonna get saved, so I'm just gonna die without using the
Talon
stick.
feeling themselves now. The laning stage really starting to break down with the supports rotating out. DPs come mid to soak up what's left in that mid lane against Nisha. And this gives Mikoto the space and time to swing
that
up
DP
top.
went power threads instead of going for arcane bolts.
That Prophet's gonna be. I see Jabs picked up power threads, something that we usually don't see from the offlane.
Especially in the offlane, man.
Guardian Greaves, especially against.
I don't know why this DP went
to be able to have a
threads.
dispel against Gust, and also keeping your allies alive against the Doom. That extra regeneration could come in very handy.
Faceless Void again has the
I think Jabs is a paid actor
Tons of
right
heals and 23 is fine. Zai and Boxy keep trying to poke at this Faceless Void and it's not working out for them. While up at top lane, they've got the slight chains on Insania. Mikoto going to continue his streak.
I think we are going to a game today, in my opinion, because
this Phase Boost, Orb of Corrosion, and straight
this
into
first death really hurt the bad riders.
Might decide to change his mind considering that he is off to
4K
such a great
कर लिया
start.
3 लोग ने मुझसे ऐसा फन.
He's not pulling around this time.
भाई ये top tier है.
1, 2, 3 BKB abilities.
ये top
he
ऐसा
wants to be able to
top
protect himself
20
against, like, the damage that is coming out.
top 20 in the world.
Yes. Lift from Rubik.
Liquid to top 5 में है सब
It's
लोग.
huge.
Compared to Batrider, who's level 8, like Nisha did manage to recover slightly because he farmed a stack and now has bots available plus Arcane Rune in the bottle. Let's see if
that death really hurt, you know. That
also
Batrider death in the first.
Be picked up on bat.
I mean, Mikoto's a vacuum cleaner for kills right now, just sucking them up everywhere he moves. Nearly found Insania in the trees with just the slight spam. Stays around up in that top lane. They've already kicked the Drow Ranger out of there. So Talon now can start thinking about that push onto tier 1. Exo from Jabs. Smoked all the way up here. And we'll try and utilize
I think DP, this DP, no, I really doubt this DP. The last game he was playing offlane Naga, this time he's playing offlane DP, but he's going power threats instead of Guardian Greaves. So I don't know what this DP is doing. It's like DP has been paid to lose.
To be annoying, sustain in this lane.
If they lose this, then I will really blame this DP.
Yeah, and so
if I was the Talon, like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Why are you making power threats on DP in the offlane?
To late game, looking for that Hand of Midas Doom to kick in.
Unless until he's going some shit build like a Savage Blade Scepter. Because I can see that because he's got power threats, so he can go actually.
Sit and farm.
Let's see what he's doing.
It could be invaded here by Talon, but they've left Jabs isolated alone. Nisha arriving, Insania gets turned on. Jabs trying to have a go on the tree, but with the Drow coming in, they'll find the DP kill nonetheless, while it looks like Boxy did get taken out by
Nisha got the kill, that is actually nice, because Nisha was really far back.
Okay, he understands that.
Now he's caught up something.
He's the second most farm.
But look at that DP, man. DP's got 3 on 800 network.
They need this BKB. They need Batrider to be able to run in and get the damage done, because they don't really have a save other than living armor, which is not enough, like in the mid game. Mikoto trying to siege the tower, this Orb of Corrosion. Nisha would definitely love to pop Flaming Lasso, but Oli is there, does have that Heavenly Grace, so trying to bait it. Nisha not gonna fall for it.
Yeah, the safety net always sat in behind the Ember Spirit. And for now, they'll just defend that tier 1.
It's also a very hard Batrider game because of this Omni-Knight.
To really push
so
at this point.
I think that death is gonna eat him up, unless until that draw becomes way too
try
big.
and fight down in this bottom jungle instead. Zai with a Doom on the Tusk. slowly tick him down, but might be losing his life here in the trade as he gets
they take advantage of no doom, so Mikoto just comes.
Quickly moving into that bottom jungle area to
So
find
if you don't doom that Tash will snowball
Team
save.
Liquid does something, Talon in this game is ready to respond. Hand of Midas done on Faceless Void, Hand of Midas done on Doom, but still 2k gold lead for Team Liquid. Like, you know that like these numbers don't matter as much early on because Doom does inflate the net worth.
It sure does. Right, Drow now trying to push that bottom tower, realizing it's not a safe place to be, leaving the creeps to do their job. But Talon can come down and defend with ease. Back to the Ancients, Mickey will head instead. Has a decent little stack there in the large
What
camp.
is that sound?
Team Liquid so efficient at farming the map.
Oh, there's actually a mic sound.
Living Armor has been a bit of a nuisance for Talon. Ooh, that misses.
The Time Walk. And now the Chrono. 23, battering into the Bat Rider, but he's going to Time Walk.
The time dilation really hurts Bat
Rider. There for them. Well,
it's a very hard Bat Rider game.
Mickey on the high ground fighting,
he picked it first place.
Away, the snowball under tier 1. They've got the punch, but the lasso comes. Mickey's still alive with the living armor, and they've got the wall stomp on the Tusk. They'll clear through Q and look for jabs next. Spirit Cyphers are going.
They got no stuns?
Any stuns? No.
Oh shit, they got no stuns.
Left to give. But that was
DP was also dead.
EXO used no point in...
Yeah, Zai is playing way too greedy.
How many times have we seen Living Armor being used on a mid lane? Mikoto's trying his best, but without Exorcism, they don't have enough damage. It's just a poke damage.
And Nisha continually just clearing out the wave, making sure that the creeps can't do their job either.
Okay, the sound is actually
out
on
the BKB.
From outside.
Invis Rune bottled as well. So
okay,
it looks like Talon want to make a more
I thought the sound
concerted
was
effort
coming
in the
from
mid lane.
this
Send 3
game,
heroes
but
here. And Liquid
sound
like, okay,
actually
we'll
coming
glyph it
from
then.
outside. Now it's sound.
Show us what you got next.
There was some like
Liquid will have a big
sound.
timing once they have BKB on Doom, BKB on Bat Rider, and also Hypothermia, short upgrade for Drow Ranger. That's going to be the big one. Against that Prophet,
5 के अगर there are 10 minutes में ना तो बहुत farm है. लेकिन farm continue करना चाहिए क्योंकि थोड़ा लोग क्या करते हैं 10 minutes के farm करते हैं.
Even without EXO, they're going to go and look for a kill.
Yeah, trying to keep Mikoto active here. I mean, he's dropped from the top spot in net worth, now taken by Mickey. But if Mikoto can grab another couple of kills, especially if they can see the bat, but Nisha slips away into the fog.
Oh shit, he's going to farm that.
The team is there, smoked.
Boxy's here. Let's see if they can do anything around the Bat Rider, because he's snowballed upon, and Mikoto going to helped out by the Tusk. Q claims the life of Nisha. It's been a difficult game for this Bat Rider so far, being found every single time he makes a move.
Yeah, not very active.
I think so. Nisha has sacrificed this game because he was first pick the Bat Rider.
Ember Spirit kind of
first
set the
phase.
tempo for the game.
So they got like Omni Knight, they got Void to counter him.
So they have the Doom as well to follow. Absolutely, Zaya's there. And this time the back
Holy shit, he got that Doom off man in that day. I would have actually missed the Doom.
This time Oli was not sitting behind
like there were
him,
too many creeps there.
Not able to get the heal done. Finally, the tower will fall. So that's a good opening. Another entrance to the enemy jungle.
Mickey is so farm, man. Mickey is disgustingly farm.
Getting picked off. The 2 Talon supports, they stuck around, camped out near that rune spot.
I want to see Talon make a move, maybe even into Roche with the EXO. Tag team is maxed
All
out.
is happening because of Nisha feeding one death to the Amber Spirit. Like that one death made so much difference in the game. This Amber is fully online. He's got BKB.
Look at the item build, the
like
jabs.
This bad is not gonna have a game at all, even after the BKB, because they're so hard. There's Chronosphere, there is this Heavenly Grace, there's Time Dilation, there's Change, there's Silence, there's Star Punch. Like, there's a lot of shit.
They're not gonna be using their abilities. Good way of dispelling things as well.
23.
Oh, he tried to catch the lasso, man.
He's Chrono the bat, but Nisha Zai. They're trying to get
There's
back
a high ground ward there, that's why they are able to save.
Boxy kicks things off again. Talon are all rallying around their faces. Void now, though. A time walk away from Boxy again.
Use the EXO.
Trying to push back Mikoto with a flame break, but he's got the chains to connect. Find the simple kill on Boxy, but it's not so simple. He's got this time walk. Disengages back to his tier 2.
Well, and he used the EXO, man. Jab.
Used it bottom. Didn't really get too much done. Uses it top now. Do they just have to walk into
This guy is wasting
What's the plan with EXO?
I don't know if they can. They use Chrono and no EXO. I would think Liquid would fight back if they just decide to get
Liquid need to go and smoke now.
Interesting. No point into Silence from Dead Prophet, level 10. I love 1 point in silence. If he gets the silence off there on Rubik, definitely dies there. But manages to get the time.
Dude, this Japs is playing like he's been paid to lose the game.
3 seconds makes the difference.
Like he's got no grievances, no silence, like literally, and he's like the bottom network.
Protective spells.
I don't know what this guy's gonna do.
Game. Omni, Ember Spirit, DP, Tusk, tons of stuff here for Boxy to play with.
There's some really good spells to steal. Like even Chronosphere, if you're gonna be able to land it on the others while Draw Ranger's not there, so she can still be the one dealing the damage. Mickey, the most farm hero in the game. Doom, second one following it up. Still?
Yeah.
Mickey has been playing off map. Like he got a couple of kills during the laning stage, and they did enable him. Most of the attention was on Tanisha.
Very, very patient game from Liquid, knowing that they're kind of waiting for this Midas Devour Doom to kick in. Drow Ranger, like you say, top of the net worth, getting her items to flow through slowly but surely. And now the BKB from back. So Liquid can start to consider.
I'm really worried about that damage. Like, if the Void is not doing damage, because Ember is not going to do damage once they get the BKB off.
Of the game and what Liquid have to react to.
Like very little damage they have. Exo is some damage there, but DP can't even survive in fights. He's just dying, and he did not even go Grievous's. Like Grievous is really good against Draw because positive armor.
Drow Ranger with the damage to slow.
Otherwise, you drive very fast to
the ground while Zai hunting for Ollie in the trees. They overgrowth him. Make sure that he does get stunned up. And
this is really good for Liquid, man. Despite the bad rate of death, they are doing so good. I've not seen that Ember Spirit use the BKB. He got the BKB, but he's not using it.
Also Mickey with the short.
I think the problem is that they line up with the DP. Like DP is using Exorcism without
pretty much a free game.
Doing anything.
The Brigand's Blade.
So they got no Exorcism. They don't want to fight.
That item. Mickey will finish off the
bad as BKB. So his next item is Blink. I don't think you should go Blink Dagger, man.
Things will get a little tougher for the bat and the Doom when this Linken's comes, but they've got the play to make now. Pre-Linken's on the Ember Spirit and a massive kill to take. In comes Jabs.
They tried to save. Let's see if they can save. No, he's not going to save him. Okay, they got the kill.
Killed Makoto though. That's the big ticket kill for Liquid.
Bad is actually walking out. What the fuck?
In we go with Zai.
Okay, they're living armor. Okay, see, this is the problem right now. They don't have damage.
Being shredded.
They get Zai eventually.
Q in trouble
but
as well.
They are losing a lot.
Snowballing back
he's gonna die also. Oh shit, he's gonna get...
They can take him out with ease.
No! Oh shit.
With BKB.
Fuck, that is huge.
Keeping the distance there.
They got no damage, man.
From Nisha to be able to
their lineup is like, they need like another 20 minutes to get strong, but it's very hard to get to that point.
Coming out from him, but it's not enough. This is the flame break that I was talking about. He finds an opportunity, gets it done immediately. They drag him back away from Tusk, away from Omni Knight. Looks like a really good Chronosphere in the back lines, but their damage output is pretty limited. If the ghosts are spreading around and Nisha manages to get away, finds a path through the trees.
Yeah, the difficulties of having two defensive supports, you're using a lot to save that one target, and then that one target dies anyway.
23 also invested his gold into Shard. This is one of the earliest shards I've seen pre-BKB. Oh no, they found another one.
Oh no. He's got BKB, he's got BKB. He's got BKB.
He'll stand and fight, snowball onto Boxy there, and Rubik. He'll get slashed.
Last time he did not get BKB because of the Doom. So this time he's gonna get the BKB off.
Slowing with the multi-shot, chasing now Q.
Oh, they both are dead actually. Ember can't do anything.
They need the Guardian Angel to protect
them. Oh wait, they got Guardian
Angel on the ground as well. Glorious green,
it is still not
enough. Will
enough.
not survive.
Team Liquid,
it's like they need a force up.
Team fighting, how they approach it, they always get something in return, whatever happens, and they instantly smoke. 30 seconds until Doom is back online. Can they find another opening? 30 seconds until Chrono as well on side of Talon, but still faces.
This Void has no damage when they get BKB
off. This one,
because they got living armor, so in the BKB, this living armor is there, so BKB is protecting from your magic damage, and living armor is protecting from physical damage, so they got very little damage. I like this trend to pick now. Trend is really broken for that reason, because it gives you like 12 armor with the living armor.
Triple BKB timing, glorious stuff for them.
Living Arm is also good against DP ulti because DP ulti does physical damage, and if you wanna mitigate that damage, you need to buy armor. So if you buy Vanguard, it won't block, but if you buy armor items, you can block DP's damage. DP exorcism like this. It does physical damage, so if you have a lot of armor, it does nothing. Literally nothing. Sometimes. Okay. But if there are a lot of ghosts on top of it, it can do a lot of damage. So, and if you want to counter DP, you can always buy a Blade Mill, because Blade Mill just shits on DP, like very hard.
On the net worth list, he finds good openings with Flaming Lasso. Like, he understands where Omni is, whether they catch a glimpse of him, and then he pulls someone back for a good 2 seconds before it gets interrupted.
And now he's got Ether Lens heading into that
This draw, man. His draw is 14,000 net worth. I don't know if she has BKB. I saw the force, this Hurricane Bike and the shot.
So another
big items, 2 big items for Talon.
Double layer of defensiveness.
One of the major problems of
so is Chrono. I want to see them do stuff.
Talon lineup is right now they don't have Grievous's on DP. DP went Power Threads and Lotus instead of going Grievous's. I'm not sure why that is, but Japs is like throwing the game for them.
And Sanya hiding with his shard, but he moves away from the trees.
Yeah.
Poor tree, and
he did not realize there was smoke, I guess.
But not too bad for Liquid. That was a big smoke from Talon, right? Revealing some huge items.
That's just a fire, man. It's a fire.
And they don't get any map space either. You see Liquid very quickly spreading out, shoving top lane, holding mid, and farming Ancients at the same time.
They also scouted 5 heroes from Talon with that observer board on high ground.
Liquid is just farming, man. Do is in the ancient. Bad is farming the jungle. Zua is farming top lane.
Rubik, but there
so they're all farming.
Also Treant Protector with Overgrowth, with his hit.
Nigga got Lincoln right now. So it's gonna save him from Doom and Lasso unless Rubik breaks the Lincolns with the spell shield.
If they find an opportunity, get a big kill, Roshan could be theirs.
I think this.
Do you think Liquid have enough tools to?
I think this Bad Rider went Ether Lens on Bad Rider instead of going Bling. He had cute Bling. Holy shit! Look at how fast he died.
Talon, they're bringing numbers
this
here.
Joe just rapes him, man.
This 20 HP tier 1 tower.
Zai found so many good opportunities to jump in and land either War Stomp on 1 or 2 heroes. And
Zai is so greedy, dude. He's got minus travels.
Or do you want Doom to
now he's going this
that can do the job as well?
No,
so once you get the scepter,
no doubt about it.
They are fucked so hard. They are really fucked.
We can do it with the Fate Bolt and then use a lift, Lasso, Doom, whatever follow-up you want to go for.
Yeah, they've got the tools.
They're going 4-star on Omni Knight. Omni Knight is killed 4-star there.
10-1-3.
But 4-star is just gonna save you, but it's not gonna do damage. Like the major problem is damage.
Stole a Crips for him.
And this Rubik is gonna have a free game because
might pay with his life.
Okay, wait, Rubik is dying.
Available. I don't think it's gonna be enough.
Yeah, Rubik is very out of position there. I don't know what Boxy is trying to do.
Do have these wards in that bottom
portion of the map.
You mentioned the one up on the high ground. That's spotted out Talon plenty of times. And then one a little
now
bit deeper between
Roche.
the base and the forest. But Talon moving far away from Liquid's vision. They head into the Roche pit.
They can actually do the Roche.
Try and gather up the goodies left by the big man.
Seems like Liquid is not going to contest it. They will give this Roche on. Faceless Void should be the one picking it up.
Okay, they are not going for the Roche, man.
We see how fast he dies against this Drow Ranger. Gets gusted, gets silenced, gets pushed back where he does not want to be.
Oh, the jump! Have they got him? Makoto gets off the BKB. The Guardian Angel comes and he remnants off to the left-hand side.
I think they should have built the Lasso there and used the Dome instead.
Surrounded while 23 is doomed. They caught the Faceless Void. He didn't get anything off. Age is immediately claimed by Liquid and they're thinking about re-entering. They want Q, low HP, but the Lasso is there. The Faceless Void focused. 23 time walks, 4 staff away. Mickey drifting around.
Thinking about chronoing.
And there it is. The chrono onto the Drow Ranger. Zip forward to the
Remnant. Can they kill Drow? Can they kill Drow?
Surviving the onslaught. Will still fall on the stolen chrono.
But there's no damage right now.
They're gonna come back in with Boxy.
Oh shit.
Mikoto does have that arcane
That sucks,
rune.
man. They should have just got out after they used the Dome because Lasso is not enough to kill this.
Lines. Gets a rune on the Faceless Void, but he'll
fuck,
fall
it's a
quickly
throw,
too.
Man.
4 for 1.
It feels like a throw
lose
to
the
me.
Aegis, but Talon fighting in that bottom part of the map around the dead tier 2 as well.
They were not able to kill Ember Spirit. This is also a fight where Jabs shows up, doesn't have Exo.
They should have just killed the Ember Spirit, man.
That's gonna keep them in the game.
Like, they should have whipped the lasso there
they get
to kill this.
Drow Ranger. Like, you see the damage, but
they should have whipped the lasso to break the linkage to use the Doom on Ember and kill the Ember Spirit. The Ember Spirit did so much damage in that fight.
He disappears immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Damage has been done.
If Drow can launch those projectiles, she dies quickly.
Everyone was so low. Again, they need to break the Lincoln Sphere. And 23 finds a really nice opportunity, lands this Chronosphere. Mikoto comes through the Chrono.
Look how much damage that Ember Spirit is doing.
It was a bit too late.
They should have used the lasso to break the linkage to get the Dome, but
and then nothing came.
That thought process was not there that time.
Now Liquid.
Now it looks like a throw.
Spend the majority of their payload very early on.
Because Ember is now finished Scepter right
Talon's
now.
Roshan no longer.
It's a lot of damage.
In effect. So Liquid won't have
Look
to
how
deal with
fast
that
they
anymore, but a dive into mid will catch out the Rubik. Foxy keeps trying to clear out these waves in very risky situations. Liquid don't want to relinquish their grasp on the map just yet.
We have 2 cores going for Lincoln Sphere, 1 already done on Mikoto, and 23
I think Zaiji needs to go Scepter.
his in 1,000 gold. So you see Doom trying to get the Aghanim Scepter. That's what he has queued up. AoE Doom.
Yeah, Zai is going
Don't
X.
care about any
Once they get X, I think. Yeah.
Just pop it on yourself.
They can actually kill Mikoto if there's no 4-star from that guy. But Omnina is going 4-star. He's so low, man. 3,200 net worth.
Mjolnir being worked on there by 23 Savage
so
as well,
poor,
trying
dude.
to amp up the Faceless Void's damage output in these
He will have it in like 100
There's
gold.
definitely been
Like one more bounty
lacking
roll.
from Talon. And Jab's going for this full utility build. Lotus, Halberd.
Love it.
Very
Blink
good.
Dagger to be able to close the gap, force Drow Ranger to pop
Right now,
the
Bat is not
BKB,
doing any
maybe
damage.
use a
No,
defensive
bad damage is like
pike,
once you
and
get
then Faceless
25.
Void gets
But
a
right now,
Chrono
he's not
on
doing
top.
any
Problem
damage.
is there's nothing to counterplay the Chrono other than the Overgrowth, and they have decent amount of BKBs to dispel it. And if there's Exo running already, so with this Blink Dagger pickup by Jabs, he can close the gap, play with the Faceless Void, and land it on top of Drow Ranger.
The last fight they won
Unleash
because of that
everything they
Void
have.
having Aegis. So they had used the Doom. So the next time, this time they won't have. If they try to smoke, they can actually kill them.
Talon going to utilize another smoke here. Bit of deja vu as they try and play bottom lane
Oh
again.
fuck, Ember Spirit with Arcane Rune
Mikoto with an
Scepter.
Arcane Rune. That's a huge one for this upcoming fight.
Another Arcane
He's-
Rune.
I don't know if he got the
It's
shard
very
on
important
Ember
that
Spirit,
these
but if he
heroes,
gets the shard, like
Pango,
unlimited
the
Remnant with
spirits,
Arcane.
that they have the active rune.
Another very close fought game here. Big item timings, like you say, being hit. Blink on the Batrider arrives, and both the Aghanim's Doom and that Lincoln's Void are in play.
Liquid wants to take a fight. They don't know about the Aghanim Scepter on Doom. He did not show a single component that he's going for it, so it was just Ether Lens. And let's see.
Both teams feel strong right now. You know, Liquid with a 4K lead, not a tremendous advantage over Talon right now. But yeah, there's double Lincolns, Guardian Angel, the 4 staffs out of Talon.
This is a surprise jump that Team Liquid wants to do. They want to show off this freshly bought Aghanim Scepter.
Omni-Knight,
Say,
I think Omni-Knight
we
has
don't
4
care
staff.
about Lincolns,
I don't know
but
about
there is
Tusk.
no tier 2 tower
No, actually,
available.
it's
The only one is at the mid and
Only
top
4-star
lane.
is on now, this guy.
No enemy
So if this guy
heroes
gets
down here
Doom, he's fucked.
Nobody to be seen. Dire Vision will finally catch a glimpse of Jabs and Q. Ollie, sorry, moving up top. And Insania goes and cuts left. They go in with the AoE Doom, miss the wall stomp, and the save is there.
Oh,
Get
there's a
Jabs
full
as
stop
quickly
there.
out of this
So
situation
he
as you
got-
can, and the Exo's popped. AoE Doom still going for Zai, gets the BKB out, but the Chrono's there. Lands onto Zai alone. Mickey, he's rooted
Oh,
up.
fuck.
He can't do any damage. They do have the lasso in the back under tier 2. Mikoto.
They need to
is
kill
around,
Mikoto,
the
man.
damage isn't coming. Mikoto's okay. Gets away from the ghost.
He still has
He's up and
BKB?
Remnant's off to the left. He's slighting and dancing over Liquid now. Overgrowth
Fuck.
on the Jabs, but there's nothing Insania can do. The rest of Liquid
I
scattering
think
to the
Zai
wind.
used the
They're
Doom
on the
too
run to
quickly
try
without
and
the
hide.
team.
Boxy will absolutely disappear. And Mickey
Fuck,
being
they're actually
dived by
whipping this
Mikoto
fight,
now.
huh? Let's have a
23's on top of him. Gets the bash as well.
Oh,
Pikes
shit.
off to the left, but he's dead.
Wait,
Q with a double
wait,
kill,
Bad
and
Rider
Makoto
can
on
kill
50
this.
HP, escaping from danger, but not
Oh
for much
my
longer.
God.
Liquid, they fight back under their
Lord.
tier 2 and get a wipe.
Okay, I did not expect a Bad Rider to carry this game.
Died as well, and
Lord.
he respawned.
Yeah,
and then
he
look
did.
Looking at Nisha, he's like, what the fuck just happened? Why am I the only one alive? There was a really nice movement from Mickey there. Where
Look at that.
Yeah, like he dealt 5,000 damage in that fight. He was hiding inside the trees, keeping the distance. He gets multiple rounds of multi-shot, the level 10 talent, level 15, sorry, talent, and the extra damage from level 20.
I did not really expect Bad Rider to carry it. I want to see the replay of this fight, man. I want to see how he did damage.
He misses the war stomp, which I think
Bad
was a
Rider
big
does
part
no
of it.
damage, man. At this point of the game, he still did 4,000 damage. Like they were running into him, so the Firefly was doing a lot of damage with the stick in it.
Immediately after that.
I think that's how he did damage because the hero doesn't do damage only after
Difficult
after
to read for
25
both
minutes.
teams how to enter and disengage in the middle of it.
You need like
Makoto
you
was
need
playing
Witch
the majority
Blade,
of
you
that
need
fight
Shard
under
to do
200
damage, and
HP.
you need level 25 on Bad
He
Rider
did
to
so
do
much
damage.
work in terms of trying to baiting the spells, baiting the BKBs. Suddenly Nisha, level 23 on his Batrider.
Nisha has caught up, man.
All of that experience.
Nisha has caught up right now.
Don't mind if I do.
And ahead of the
He needs
DP
25.
network.
Once he gets 25,
Cool
they are
shot.
fucked. They are really fucked.
Tremendously well.
Like one hero is sure dead. Once you
I
get
think
21
right
Bad
now,
Rider.
all players' eyes on the Roche pit, thinking about the potential for that next Aegis. 30 seconds minimum for the respawn timer. And Liquid considering how they can play out this map. Pushing bottom, try and draw the attention of Talon down there, and even scanning the Roche pit, making sure that nobody's in there sneaking it.
Radiant are scanning.
Boxy with his blink, for staff, heading into Glimmer next, looking for as much mobility and protection as is humanly possible. Because you want to be able to maneuver this Drow Ranger
Q is going
displacer
Scepter, he's
from the
very
opponents
close.
with the amount of jump they've got.
They need to
Void,
kill
Ember,
Q
Tusk,
right now, man.
everybody
They need
has
to
got
kill
a
right
way
now.
to jump on top of that Drow. Even the DP, of course, you mentioned with the blink.
Vision on the high ground, Liquid placing it. They are ready for a fight. Next Roshan.
What is this newest
Not
thing?
good. It's gonna
He's showing
respawn in 2
BKB behind
minutes.
this.
This time around, Zai will be the one.
That much
and
importance to
Arcane
BKB.
Rune. Like last 3 runes were pretty much Arcane runes with the high impact. We've had something in between, not sure what it was, but Arcane Rune 2 times from Makoto.
And some
I think
big
they need to
items
do
coming.
this
Octarine
Ember
for
Spirit.
Zai is done, but this
Ember
Aghanim
Spirit mainly, I
Scepter
think.
Tusk, I believe, has
Because
just been
Ember Spirit is
completed.
doing a lot of damage.
So we're
Void is
talking
not
about
that much
displacement
damage,
and
but Ember
ability
Spirit
to
does like
catch
shit
out
ton
a
of
target
damage.
like this. Zai's doom. BKB's
Zai
up.
needs to doom himself, man.
Snowball will come and the kick is there.
Fuck,
Q
Zai needs
sends
to-
him southwards.
Oh, he's
So
saving the
Zai
doom,
looking
man.
to try and escape, but with Makoto's gap closed and 23 Savage there, swiftly take down the Doom, who's dead for 70 seconds.
Fortunately for Team Liquid, Roshan is not gonna be up. 23, looking for
What
an
is better
opening.
at this level?
He wants to find something. Check the Roshan pit. Knows that
24. He's
without
very close to
Doom,
25.
They can't really
Once
just
you get
burst it
25,
from
the
100 to
game
0,
just turns for
especially if
better.
all he clicks move on.
You don't really
like,
care for
that's
the
what all he's
dispels.
doing right now.
Just follow command. Makoto. Lincoln's is popped. He's going to get scythed up. That's
Oh,
Nisha's
shit.
reveal of the Hex, and look at Mickey's
Oh, my
damage.
God.
They do get the Chrono onto back the
That
Drow
profit
Ranger.
buff the
That's a
Exo.
good one, and in comes the DP. The Ghosts are flowing. Mickey dropping lower and lower. Full staff off to the right-hand side. Any more protection for the Drow?
they got
He's
dusted.
dusted.
Just on time,
Taken
man.
out by Talon.
Just on time, Buck.
23.
He used the
Like he
overgrowth
was
there,
not
so
done.
there's
Oh,
no
insane,
overgrowth
yeah.
in the chrono.
The straggler left
Sad.
all the way in the back of the fight.
20 seconds.
And then
until
there was no
Roshan
living arm
respawn.
on draw,
2 big
so he
ultis
was
on
very
cooldown
tanky there.
now. Team Liquid wants to
Bad got
respawns.
25, now he's
Mickey
24.
does have a buyback available if needed.
So does Insania. There's a DD rune on this Faithless Void, though, and that is a scary
Rush is gonna
prospect to fight
spawn in
into,
10
even
seconds.
without the Chrono and Exo.
They need to keep checking it again and
Nisha
again.
Scythe of Vice, it got some great value in the previous fight, but now he's being snowballed and kicked back.
No
he did
BKB
turn
for
Jabs
10.
into a piggy, but in comes the AoE.
Oh, Zai came,
Aiming
Zai
the
came.
Omni Knight, trying to remove this support. Nisha out of there, Boxy back in to help out Zai.
Oh
with
man,
the full staff,
wait,
and
Void
now
is dead.
BKB Doom
Void is
whacking
actually
into the
dead.
Void. They
Void
found
is dead,
23,
lol.
and he's dead.
Oh
Zai.
my god.
Oh, no way. No way.
Zai's gonna survive.
Get out. Oh my god, Zai did so much in that fight.
Shit.
This is happening on a mid lane.
Being burnt alive. Zai's gonna get found here. Surely Q will have him. Infernal Blade.
Oh my god, Zai's gonna kill him.
He's toying
Zai's gonna
playing with his food. And back onto the tusk we go.
Oh
Team
shit.
Liquid so good at team fighting. Nisha. Look at
Ember spawn.
Not bad, not bad.
Oh shit.
I can't believe he'll live there.
Oh my god, that was really huge.
Didn't have BKB for 10 seconds, blinks in, and then Zai comes in with this Aghanim Scepter.
Shit,
manages
Zai
to
the savior, man.
follow Faceless Void, so he couldn't get the
Shit.
time walk
That
off.
Aghanim Scepter. Aghanim Scepter Dome is too
40
strong,
seconds
man.
without Faceless Void, 40 seconds
Aghanim
without
Scepter
that
Dome
Prophet,
is too
only
strong. It's like the
that
AoE
Prophet now
Dome.
has
You
buybacker.
should not
Uses
underestimate
this
how much
bad
damage
pickup
Doom
from
can do.
Nisha has been
Doom can
on
literally
point.
solo
If
kill
it
you in
was
like
any
4
other
seconds.
Item, I think they lose the fight.
Yeah, I mean, testament to Liquid's itemization, positioning, and execution in these team fights. Because, again, I just want to reiterate that, Nisha, he's going to get the jump.
See,
straight
this
onto the
Omni-Knight is dead.
remove that protective support, steal a spell from him as well, while the Ember Spirit, remnanting across the haste rune back into mid, spent his BKB, and Nisha's still going for him.
Nisha still got him, man.
About it. Just pops the Lincolns and backs
This
up.
bad is on next level right
In
now.
the meantime.
Yeah, Mickey will
He
be the one
had messed up in the early game with that one death. Otherwise, I think Liquid would have closed the game like 30 minutes ago.
Every single time, and now he also
now he's come online actually. After that last fight where he got all the XP, so
Batrider doesn't have one, so I assume it's going to him. Everybody else on the team pretty much has it.
Batrider shot is
This
even
Liquid
more
draft
OP.
and lineup is just like, I don't know, you're running into a brick wall that's punching you back. Talon are making
It's OP
jumps,
in the
they're
late
making
game
plays,
mostly.
getting catches, and Liquid just have
The
this
early game, if you go
beautiful
Witchblade on
back and
Batrider,
forth
it's very
where they're
OP.
able to get
In
on
the
top
late
of
game when you get
Mikoto, pop his
24 on
Lincolns, get the
Batrider,
doom
it
on
just
him,
makes it
and
so
they've completely
fucking strong.
mitigated any impact that 23 Savages had in this game. And now with Mickey having that Aegis,
There's still chance for
even
the
more comfortable.
Talon to win this
They
game.
need Faceless Void to play with that Prophet.
Yeah.
and they need to go on
They
the
need a
same
gold
target.
Chronosphere.
If one of them is split, if one of them is doomed, unable to use the ulti at the same time, I think Team Liquid just wins. They're gonna lack damage. They want to play this drawn-out fights with Faceless Void.
They have got very strong high ground. Tusk got kick.
Tusk with the kickback, and also multiple resets from the Omni Knight.
Yeah, they need to bait the Doom, bait the BKBs.
Baiting the Doom now is going to be much harder because level 20 talent, Octarine Core, Doom on cooldown for 72 seconds with Spell Prism. So you can use it every minute pretty much.
Maybe just bait the Faceless Void, send him in, then you snowball, kick back, try...
Or maybe bait some other spell other than Doom.
Try and disjoint one of the members of Liquid from the squad. But now they are playing that tight-knit Dota 2, grouped up as 5 down in that bottom jungle.
With that CDR, look at Batrider. He's holding Quickening Charm, does have Octarine Core,
Like
so
66
he's flaming
cooldown.
lassos on 70-second cooldown.
77.
Same goes for Doom compared to Talon's Exorcism 135 and Faceless
And
Void
Chrono?
140. So that means that that means they can fight almost every minute, while Talon can fight every 2 minutes. Double damage.
Oh.
So many good. We haven't seen Invis nor Illusion Rune for the last 10 minutes.
What's a regen rune? We've got DDs and Arcanes. We're RNG. Smiling upon Liquid today. Tier 4 items starting to come out now as well. Doom finds himself a Penta-Edged Sword.
They are lacking damage right
He's
now
not gonna use
on
that.
this
It's a spell
Omni.
prism.
Omni plus Tusk does no
It
damage,
really is.
like very little damage. Especially in the late game. They can be obnoxious safe,
satanic, out
but
of
the
nowhere.
damage
on
is
top
very
of
little.
2.7k gold.
Whereas this Doom is just gonna
monster
doom
now.
everybody and kill.
23 with Crystallis trying
Like,
to get a Daedalus
Doom
going.
can literally
Wants to
solo
get
kill
as much damage as
2-3
possible.
people
Also getting
with the Doom.
Closer to
Well,
his
if he
level
gets a
25
refresh
to
on
backtrack
this
down,
side.
that's a big one. Unfortunately
Zai
for him,
needs
there is a
his-
silver edge, so it gets broken.
I think they need to find pickoffs, like try to find,
Talon
but
now, the ones
finding a pickoff is very hard this
kind of
game.
hemmed back in their base. Liquid,
Because Liquid
herding
is
them.
gonna be staying together
sheep
unless
back to
until
the
they make a
fountain.
very critical mistake.
They're afraid to show on the lanes. They don't want to get jumped. 41 minutes in, it's down to these really important little bits of information. If you've got a high ground ward, you catch a glimpse of vision on the Drow Ranger or the Bat Rider, you can make the plays that you want to on your terms.
Ruby is stepping in.
And
And they're like 4 people and they're like...
Boxy. Playing under his vision. TPs to the outpost. Boots Talon back
Ruby,
into their base.
Box is just
Everybody
Giga
inside
right now.
of Team Liquid.
He just stepped into 4 heroes like that and they are scared of
They
him.
want to have extra protection. Zai for now, keeping a refresher as an option. Can sell Hand of Midas, can use his Aghanim Scepter, eat it. Needs to pay extra gold. Dire, they just use the scan. Nisha, ready to jump in.
Oh shit.
The Tusk immediately gusted. They tried to protect him with the Lotus and the Heavenly Grace, but
Hex
they
is
came a
there.
little bit too early then. And Makoto getting gone on, has to BKB,
Oh,
and the AoE Doom is there. Zai zones him away. And again with that CDR with the Chrono. Nisha, he's being gone on, but he's got living armor and protection here from the Drow Ranger. Nisha's still going to die, but in comes Zai yet again, focusing 23. But Zai will fall.
Whoa.
The Doom is gone. Drow the one holding the Aegis.
And then they got
standing
buyback.
her ground and pummeling
Buyback is like the
out.
counter to
Q
Chronos Spear.
dead. Zai does buyback and tries to come into the fight again to look for jabs. An easy one for them.
Team Liquid, they want to end it.
Oh yeah, they do. Another kill for Liquid.
That Omni does
to win the
die,
fight,
man.
to win the game, it looks like. Makoto has the short remnant, and there's nothing left here. There's no Chrono.
Without Chrono, without Exo, they just don't have enough damage. They might try to poke with the Ember Spirit, but Mickey, he does have a sustain coming out from the Living Armor with the Satanic. I love that the Doom was not, like, he's like, I don't care, I'm just gonna buy back immediately. Doom will be off cooldown in 20 seconds.
And Mickey just four-staffs high ground.
Mickey's level 25, got that marksmanship chance.
This is still good for Talon because these two don't have buyback. So next time when they use Chronosphere again, they just need to give this racks again.
They know that Tusk did buyback in the previous fight.
You're right.
So not gonna be available. This is gonna be 2 set of barracks.
40 seconds, no Tusk. Glyph is there, reset thanks to the tier 3 take. 23 trying to bait with that jump in and out, reverse time walking for days. Talon have a lot of poke, but Liquid have a lot of sustain. Living armor onto Mickey makes him impervious to the damage Talon bring. So you're right, 2 full lanes of barracks for Liquid.
Okay,
Time
now
to retreat.
there is actually an
Reset a
opportunity
little bit,
for
think about your
Liquid.
next move.
So sorry, for Talon to fight back because
Coming out
they
of
need
this
to
with a
kill Doom as well
22K
as
net
Bad
worth
Rider. Both of them bought back.
33 to 33
And if they
for
kill,
Liquid. They are the
then
ones in
this
the
game
driver's seat.
actually can turn. Because now there's 6 for 7 minutes they don't have buyback on these two
is there
heroes.
for Faceless Void, so gonna come in very
So
handy.
I'm
unless
looking
he gets
forward for
broken.
Talon to smoke right now.
Doom.
And if they
very
don't smoke
close to refresher.
in the
Let's
next
see
5
if
minutes,
Zai
they're
decides
gonna
to
lose
sell
the
his
game.
Hand of Midas and get to the, yeah, he's gonna do it. Has another 900 gold saved up.
Oh. Yeah, got some big old Dooms going. Is that Bat Rider top of the level now? Look at him, Nisha level 27.
A refresher as well available on him, so double BKB, double lasso, double hex.
They're all massive.
Even double flame break. Like you have potentially 4 flame break charges that do apply 2 sticky napalm charges with level 25 talent.
Oh, some nasty stuff with these BKBs wear lower and lower.
He's going beyond this. That is actually the right
Like you
choice.
mentioned, Liquid looking
They
for
can
that
survive the
protection inside the
Chronosphere.
Chrono, knowing that really the only
Because
chance of
23
Talon to
Savage
get
Shield does
blue
not
here
have
is a
the
big
pressure.
Chrono from 23
So
and try and launch some of that DP and Ember damage inside of it.
Zai will need to be a bit more careful. He was thinking about getting the overwhelming blink. Aeon Disc, just too good item to get, especially because you're.
they don't have Nullifier to counter it. So if they get Aeondis, the Chronosphere is completely nullified, they survive, and then there's no Chronosphere, they are fucked. He's going
One
refresher.
lane left for Liquid to take, so it looks like they're going to pivot a lot of their attention up there. Potential Roche respawns coming soon, though.
20 seconds.
That should be the next item on the menu for both
Oh,
of these
Diddy
teams.
on this
Eyeing up
void.
a fight around the pit.
They actually need to smoke right
They
now.
would definitely
Because
love
they got
to have
Diddy and they got
refresher
Chrono.
on Faceless Void. He's getting very close. If
Yeah.
he uses Hand of Midas one more time, then sells it, gonna be actually very close to it.
Yeah, there's the
He
usage.
needs like another
DD halfway through, just
500 gold to get the
and a
refresher.
1 minute timer on Roshan.
That refresher can be game changing on Void. Unless until this Dome gets a BKB on him first. BKB Dome.
Base.
So then
yeah,
it's
you
over.
can push out top as far as you want, but you've got to come back and prune all of these lanes that are inside of your base, in fact, down at bottom.
Someone needs to take care of that. 2 good items Neutral items that we didn't mention found by Talon. Mikoto holding onto Witchbane, so it does have a dispel.
Oh, the jump.
Oh shit.
So quick.
Ooh, but look at Insane here. He's going back
He
in
should have
again.
doomed himself and
Overgrowth
gone in,
straight
man.
on the tusk. No cares in the world, and they doom him up. The Chrono there, 23 Savage, aiming in onto Mickey, the Drow Ranger. She's
Whoa.
gone. Buys back straight off the bat. Now they can turn on to this Faceless Void.
Okay, this is GG.
Foxy being chased by the Ghost.
This is
They do clear
GG.
up
He
all
used
the
the Chronosphere on the one hero that had buyback.
He has to buy back now
And he's-
as well.
oh, shit.
And they've lassoed up the Jabs DP. Drag her towards Mickey.
Where's
And
Mickey?
Seiya
Oh,
trying
Mickey's
to control
coming.
the left side
Mickey is
as
actually
well.
coming.
Jabs on the run with Mikoto, but Liquid, they've got the option to jump back in.
He's not
That
getting
shard
away
on
from
the
this
tree.
one.
Yeah, he's not getting
Side
away.
them up and control the DP. No more Death Prophet, no more Exo. And even with the buyback Jabs,
Oh shit.
I don't see a way to come back into
Void
this fight.
just bought back and he
Roshan
does not have
respawn. It's
refresher
gonna be
and does not have
refresher,
chrono. So they can
Potentially
actually look
another
forward
lasso. Death
to
Prophet will
end
use
this
the
game with
buyback.
their draw skill.
Mickey instantly bought back.
And
He's looking for
I think
that.
they're like 20-second
For
downtime
that
where Void
Aegis
does not have chrono and
that
they can actually
Roshan's
get the
gonna drop.
mega off.
Definitely needs it.
But with no
But they need
chrono,
to
it feels
kill.
like there's no way to
Yeah.
kill
They
the
might
Drow.
try to snatch it.
Mikoto.
We've seen it so many times.
He zips in. Roche nowhere near dead. He BK, he's up and tries to click it down. Mickey.
Oh, wait,
it's
what?
fine.
Holy
He
shit.
Mikoto steals it.
Oh, he
with
got the chrono.
23. Refreshed it back up.
Oh, he got
Even
the
as Felicia,
refresher.
though, Mickey in trouble. The buyback
Oh,
is
shit.
stuck in the pit.
Oh, he got another
force
force of Hogs die. The savior.
Nisha clean up.
Gee.
Oh,
Oh shit, the flame break.
He's gonna be doomed again.
Too good, man. Too good.
Another.
Zai
Holy
MVP,
shit,
he did
Zai.
so much work, not just in this fight,
Shit.
but also a couple of previous
Fuck.
fights. This AoE Doom having a refresher, another day in the office, gives a
Zai is carrying,
little bit of
man.
a
Zai.
smile on
The
for the
shit.
camera. But this is it, no buyback
GG.
on Talon. Team Liquid will take a victory 2-0.
This is GG.
Looks like it. They've got one buyback on Ember
I don't know
Spirit.
why
There's
they are
Ember
calling-
Omni against the world.
What can Ember do,
Tier
man, right
3s,
now?
all
He
gone.
shows up, he gets hexed.
This is
Tier
GG,
4's
man.
under pressure. And Mickey just standing his ground and launching projectiles. The artillery cannon is here. The howitzer has arrived.
Ember does
Say
not have
goodbye
damage
your
to
base
kill, man.
talent.
Ember,
Mikoto
seriously.
tries, the doom comes.
Oh, shit.
There, and
He's
they've
not
got
fast
the
enough.
connection.
Look at
Starting
Rubik,
up
look at
Mikoto's
Rubik.
Ember. GG call, Liquid.
GG,
2-0.
that shit.
What a performance from Team Liquid. The game looks pretty even, but
The major-
they did punish these long cooldowns.
Finally,
Having the
one first day of
CDR
major
on
is
their
over.
side, they
Major
can fight
playoff.
every minute, almost every minute, 70 seconds, as we said, compared to Talon. They need to heavily commit. If this Chronosphere is
Nisha
not
actually
placed
fucked up,
perfectly,
you know, the
if
start.
Exorcism is not connecting with the
Chad
Chrono,
is still
that
in
means
emote
that
mode
there's
in the
not going to
mode,
be
man.
enough damage. There's
It's
been
so
a
annoying.
lot of carrying coming out from Mikoto for the first 25-30 minutes, but this AoE Doom, like, he was off to a good start, something that panel did talk about as well, where he was not contested. They did manage to kill him once or twice, but it's still a Doom with Hand of Midas, with Devour for 45 minutes or so,
Yeah.
almost 50 minutes that he kept farming. Double refresher, double Octarine core on their side. Positioning from
Oh, he's
Mickey
giving
throughout
the
this
phones.
game has been
He
pretty
actually
much
came to
flawless.
When even with the
Where's that
steals
guy?
as well, right?
From the
Like
other side.
Mikoto and 23, he got into the pit, stealing Aegis, stealing Shard,
What is
getting
the time in
another Chrono out
Peru
there.
right now?
It just wasn't enough in the end.
2:34.
Honestly, I've
So
not
this game
seen
ended at
buyback
2:34.
this
He stole
impactful.
everything.
Yeah.
Like, he stole Refresher as well in that Roach fight, but damage has been done. Constant AoE Doom running at them. They can't use their items. They
Yeah.
like your best ability is pretty much a Force Staff, and Tusk, he has been caught multiple times before the fight even started. He was supposed to be the one resetting, using the snowball. At one point, Zai just had enough of his shenanigans, uses Doom, not the AoE one, straight on top of him, then saves the AoE Doom for the rest of them.
Yeah, like having double saving supports and both of them just completely neutered by this AoE Doom.
Omni Knight pick looked good on paper, but Dota is played on PCs, and it's just sometimes it does work like that, where it felt good for the game,
Dota is played on PC.
but it didn't really show much.
Yeah, I couldn't fully utilize it as they would have wanted.
Uh,
But yeah, I've not seen buybacks being used like that on core heroes in such a fashion in a long time. Usually in a position 5, buys back, wins a fight around Roche. Zai was buying back, Mickey buying back to win team fights.
Okay, I
But
think
anyway,
with
have
this we
Liquid with a
come to the
2-0
end of the
victory
stream.
as we head back to our
So I
beautiful
think
panel.
it's also lunch time right now. I have to go cook. So thank you guys for watching. So
Makeup
I'll see you guys in the
starting to come off, but
afternoon.
I'm
I
still
will stream
just
again.
gorgeous as
I will
ever
play
before
games
because we are
this
here
time,
to
and then we can
close
watch
out
Major later
day
in the
number
night.
1 here
So
in
it's a long day today.
Arena,
So
and
thank